Hey. I was like looking down. I'm like, wait a minute, we're live. So, how are y'all doing?
Doing good so far, and you?
Good. I know I was just kind of talking to y'all, and I had low energy, and then it's like I always get a little excited. We're here.
What's that music?
Right.
It is. I think it is. I think it gives me like that. Yeah. Anyways, so so tonight's live is kind of gonna be all over the place. Our friend suggested that title last week, Uncle Dave. So we went with it. Because we never stay on topic. So yeah.
That's true.
Well, we do just own it.
Yeah, well, we do for a little while, and then it just kind of veers off in different directions.
We do. I kind of think of this live as kind of like as if you were sitting at with us at the kitchen table kind of thing. Like you just kind of bounce, right? Like family talking. So family members coming in and out. That's how I think of it. Cruise Nuts was first today. Hello, Cruise Nuts. I hope you're doing well. I know I've seen you around all morning with Z and some of our other friends. But I hope you're doing well. Controversial Cruising. Hey, Scott. I hope you're doing well. I did see your message. I did not respond to you yet because I was outside all day doing things. I'll get into that in a moment. But I saw it and I'll upload it. I just haven't responded to you, but I did get it. Just in case you were wondering. Hey, Denise. I hope you're doing well. She's at work. Popped in and say hello. Hope you're doing good. I hope you're recovering from that booze cruise. Hey, Orange Cone. I hope you're doing well.
Hey.
Ross, I hope you're doing well. Lady CZ, I hope you're doing well. You made it.
Looks like it.
The Z Show Cruise Fun. Hello, Z. Welcome to late night. I'm not even going to call it prime time because I know how you feel about that. But hello, my friend. Z was live, throughout the day this morning. I kind of caught it as I was in between things. I popped in, was able to see what he was talking about with some tech stuff. Emily, I hope you're doing good. So Emily was drinking this wine, and I think it's by Josh Phelps or something. But at first, I thought I was just kind of scrolling on Facebook, and I thought it said Michael Phelps, and I was kind of like puzzled. But anyways, I think it was like Josh Phelps or something. And so, anyways, I spent a little while looking at your wine bottle there, but I hope it was a good wine. I have one on ice right now, actually, that I thought about drinking, but I stuck to my Starbucks tea. So be prepared once that kicks in. Are you okay? I heard something click.
Yeah, it almost.
The window popped.
Oh. Denise's next cruise is in 62 days. Ours is in 35.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
I'm so ready.
Not ready for that. I'm ready, but not ready. I'm ready to go on vacation. My wallet says, girl, slow down.
I'm ready for some sun and some warmth.
Yeah. Oh, so he has a 4-day break from work and school. Oh, that's good. I'm glad. Yeah, those 4-day breaks are great. I have a 4-day break from work. I was going to log in on Friday, and I decided, heck it. I'm going to spend the day with Chloe, and we did pup boogie. She calls it something else. But we she thinks it's pup booty, and I'm like, it's boogie. So anyways, we
I think
got to listen to that.
Booty's my favorite word.
Yeah, boogie, booty. Yeah, I guess. Oh, they're saying it was very nice seeing Kelly. I think you should bring Kelly, and guys, let us know in the chat. But I think Tony and Lisa should bring Kelly more often. She's my cousin, and so I'm used to how energetic and how much in love with Disney she is. But I think she was a great addition to your show on Monday. And if you didn't catch that show, please go to Traveling Czech's live and go check out with him and his daughter Kelly. They talked about Disney. It was a great live.
She was a cast member there, and so she talked about the college program and what it was like to work there for almost a year.
Yeah, I think you can tell when somebody's passionate about something, kind of like how we are about cruising and just different things. So I feel like when she was talking about Disney, you could almost see that like sparkle in her eye, it's contagious, right? That like even if you're not a Disney person, like seeing somebody excited for something, you feel excited for them. At least I hope you do. So yeah, it was great. I definitely vote to bring her back. Hey Randy, I hope you're doing well. Screw's Nest. Josh Phelps wine is a very good wine. I'm sorry, I'm not feeling well, Jen. Oh, please feel better. Oh, I'm just tired. We were outside. I'll explain our day in a minute. I was just outside all day. Like this 3-year-old man. Having, they like my friends when they had their kids in their 20s. I was like, oh, looks easy. Having a 3-year-old at 36. I'm tired. She's been home 3 days.
Right.
I'm like, oh, can't pay me enough to be a daycare person. No. 268 days. That's a good countdown. Don't forget about Cyber Monday. All the good it's good for all content creators to get some stuff. Yes, I've got my eye on a few things. I've got some stuff in my Amazon cart, waiting to see if the price will drop. Najima Brown, I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. The real crew. Z. We weren't going to get into this tonight. That's the tester cruise. That's the one that yeah, that's the one that they make sure all the pipes work and it's our cruise. That's the real cruise. But I know you're excited about it, so I'm just gonna let it go. But 28 days. They said bring Kelly back. Definitely.
Yeah, she's offered to come back. She said anytime.
I think she enjoyed it more than she thought she would.
Yeah,
so
she did.
Yeah, and we'll have to I would love to chat with her too, but we'll have to kind of find some common, Disney's probably a good common topic for us and some couple other things. I know she's not as into cruising, so but definitely, yeah, she was a lot of fun. I love when we see a new face too. Like it's always exciting when there's a new face. Oh, yeah. Scarrow's Nest says 43 days. Got a Black Friday deal on my new vlogging camera. Black Magic Design. That's a lot of words there. Normally sells for $7,500. I got it for $6. Well, I hope it does magical things, and I can't wait to see your vlogs with it and let us know how it is. I think this is the first Black Friday that I did not go into a store. Like I normally, used to, I would like camp outside, wait in line. Like I said, I mentioned last week, we would tag team with Dad. Andrew and I have been known to like stand in line, do the crazy tent stuff outside of Best Buy and all. And this year, I didn't step a foot in one store. I did order a couple things from Kohl's, Amazon, and Walmart, but that was it. Like that, I didn't see anything that I had to have. We've kind of gotten to a point where we have too much, and so and we've got a cruise coming up. But I do know there were some good sales. There were some temptings out there, but I did buy everything I bought was for Chloe, and so because she needed more things, right?
Yes, definitely.
So,
she needed not the 2-year-old stuff, but the up and coming 4-year-old stuff.
Right.
Yes. Well, the toy she's been talking about for a couple months. I mean, there's always that one toy, right? And she's been talking about this one toy. It's actually it's the ship from Paw Patrol. It's like the aircraft carrier. She calls it a cruise ship. It's probably she's not really familiar with aircraft carrier. Just easier to say it's the cruise ship. So she calls it a cruise ship. Andrew and I thought it'd be kind of fitting. And so, anyways, it's normally like $125, $130, and it was like half off at Kohl's and Walmart. So I definitely bought that. I was like, yes. And then, but yeah, there was a couple things like that where I was like, yes, please. But other than that, we just did simple this year.
Cool.
Hey, Adam and Debbie. I guess it's Debbie.
Hi.
How are you doing? It's cinema quality 12K camera. Oh, okay.
Wow.
I'm excited to see it. That's gonna be awesome. Jennifer, you'll be very proud of me. This is the first Thanksgiving I did not have any alcohol.
Oh, that's
Well,
cool.
that is awesome. I will say that Fireball is on a topic tonight. I know Lisa and Tony were going to mention it. If you want to go ahead and go into it. I don't know. Y'all talked about recipes, right?
Oh, well, since we were just supposed to be going all over the place tonight, I was just wondering if anybody has anyone ever tried mixing Fireball with maraschino cherries?
Like where you soak them?
Yep. We get this big container from Sam. We get this huge container of maraschino cherries from Sam's, pour out about half the juice, and then fill it with Fireball.
Y'all
and
did
let it
those
soak for a few days.
Yes, and y'all did those for our graduation, and they were good. Yeah.
It's good with pineapple too.
I'm not a huge Fireball person. Andrew's more the Fireball person, but it's hit or miss for me. But
well, if you like the rum chata, we put that with the pineapple slices also.
Okay.
Half and half.
I'm more of your like rum person. I'm more of a rum, more of your like Kahlua, like White Russians mudslides.
Well, I think we had some of that. Was it Blue Chair Bay rum?
Yes, right? That's my favorite.
I bought some pineapple spears from Sam's, and they come in a jar. And so again, we poured out part. They're in a sort of coconut water.
Mm-hmm.
So we poured out part of that and then topped it with the coconut rum.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
See, that's more my speed. That has Jen written all over it. Not Andrew, but Jen. That's definitely what I would like. I like, I don't know. I'm just older I get, I guess I'm not as adventurous in my alcohol, but just like, I still, rum is a good thing. Vegas has kind of killed me on a couple of things I used to love. We've had some rough nights in Vegas. You learn to not like certain things like Everclear. But yeah, and I think that's kind of why I don't really care for Fireball either. I think I overdid it a time or two on Fremont Street, but but I will always, that Blue Chair coconut rum. Oh, yes. And I love that. I love Kenny Chesney too, so that helps too. Just gonna say. Oh, that sounds good.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, they're kind of talking here. Pineapples make it sweet, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Sent you the link to the camera. Okay, I'll look for that. That's awesome. I'll show Andrew for sure. He's our camera guy. I'm with you. White Russians, mudslides, yummy. Yes.
Those are good.
Yes. The chocolate martini. He loves the chocolate martini.
On Carnival, the mocha chocolate getaway is usually my go-to in the casino. Like I get a couple of other things. Like I like a mojito. I like, every once in a while, maybe a kiss on the lips or a Miami Vice or something of that sort. But usually like a mocha chocolate getaway is my, go-to. Or I also like, I'm a little weird, but I like my margaritas. Like I don't like frozen. I like them on the rocks, and I don't like the salted on the rim. I just like a lime margarita on the rocks. I don't know. I don't really care for the strawberry margarita too much, but I won't turn them down either. Just to say that. But I'm definitely. But you put anything with rum punch, rum runners, yes. Coconut rum is my fave. Oh, a Puerto Rican eggnog. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if I have a moderator in here. Is it on your community page or is it on your Facebook page? You'll send it to me. I'll make sure to share the link out. And I'm gonna is it Coquito? Did I butcher that? I can't say things well. Words are hard. So let me know. That sounds. See, Andrew loves eggnog. Are y'all eggnog people? He's already like
I
busted.
do. I like it. I like it. I grew up on it.
I've only tried it once, and it was okay, and I've not gone back. But I know there's some. Is it Jack Daniel's eggnog or something like that? You can get every once in a while.
Andrew's already found that. He's already. Yep. He that's his thing. I'm like, I can't. But
I can't remember if it was my dad or my mom, but somebody made it every year from scratch.
oh, it might be different from scratch, but
You know, like buttermilk.
I was a kid. I don't remember how they made it. I just know I drank it.
that's what
It
it
was
looks
good.
like. I mean, I don't know. I see some individuals talk about making it homemade down here. If y'all have a good recipe, we always love a good share of a good recipe around here.
See,
Love
it
me
was always
some.
it had egg, and so I was just like, I'm good. I don't know if it really has egg or not. I mean, I can eat them, but as long as they're deviled, I can eat my share. But
Yeah. My sister-in-law made 100 deviled eggs this weekend.
any left?
Yeah, there's some left. My brother, though, her husband, he loves them. Like loves them. He could eat them all the time. I'm like, I'm like good for like the day, and then I'm like, okay, I'm out.
Yeah, I don't like them after they've been refrigerated. The next day, if there's some left, we're like, if at the end of the day, end of dinner, there's some left, we're done.
That's how I am. Like, that's how I am. But yeah, Justin was like, I don't know. I was like, you can have those. Oh boy, when I get on that cruise, fireball. I can almost hear Z saying it because I hear Z so much. But I got the camera for a project I've been working on. Okay, cool. That's cool. I'm excited to see what you do with it. As much as I'm a chocolate person, a martini, I'm scared.
It's actually pretty good. I've tried. We had the drink package one time, and I tried a martini because why not, right? And I took about 3 or 4 drinks or sips of it. I gave it to him. He didn't really like it, but we saw the chocolate martini. By the time he ordered, by the time I went to the cabin, got my room key, came back, he was pretty lit.
Good
So
stuff. Had a few of them.
they're asking if I like bourbon. I mean, a little bit, yeah. If you do like the Jack, is it Jack Daniels and stuff? I'll do it. It's not my go-to. Andrew's more the bourbon guy. He's more of your Scotch, bourbon, vodka guy, and I'm more of the other stuff. So, it's a good mix around our house. But yeah, it's definitely. I mean, as I get older, I mean, used to we would bring liquor back from the cruise ship, right? And we would we couldn't wait to get into it. I mean, it's lucky if it made it off the ship sometimes. As we get older, it's like I was looking at our refrigerator, it's starting to look, more like you can just see like where we've tried. And there's a lot of different varieties up there. But yeah, I mean, Orange Cone, do you have a suggestion on a bourbon that you like?
It goes really good in our meatloaf.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you have a video on that.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's on their YouTube page, and I'm sure they dropped their link because I know if you're not following On Deck with CB, you need to be because they're hilarious. I've watched a lot of their vlogs, but they always make me laugh. They have such a vibe. I mean, I don't know how else to say it, Adam, Debbie, is y'all have just such a vibe. And like one of the first videos I watched of y'all's was in Key West, and I was like, I'm not doing Key West, right? Like I had a good time, but I didn't have that good of a time. They're just the whole vibe. I mean, I can't wait till one day we're on a cruise ship together because I just know it's going to be a heck of a lot of good time. Yeah, doing great. It's a short. Okay, so it's a short on their YouTube page. I know they dropped their link. I'm probably a little behind in chat. Sorry, guys. We make homemade eggnog. We never buy it. Make it from scratch. Got a recipe for eggnog. You can keep the Emily, I know you know. We had the egg talk. You and Warmstrong.
You gotta try the fried deviled eggs.
Those are good. They're okay. To me, I like the mustardy. Like I don't really care about the egg piece so much as I like the, the
Mhm.
the inside with the, with the mustard and the stuff.
I had never heard of the deep fried deviled eggs until we went to a restaurant, and I was just like, I was real leery about trying them, but man, they were good.
Yeah, so they deep fry the white and then turn around and put the filling in it.
I
But
think
it's
that's
not
how we
filling
had.
like I made.
I think that's how we had them. I don't remember where we were, but I think it was very similar. Like they deep fried the egg itself, and then they put the piped in the stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, the espresso martini. See, I like coffee flavors too. Definitely for that. Oh, you were talking about a lot of. Lisa, you almost do a little much mustard and vinegar. I like it, but I mean, I can tell where like the normal person may be like, ooh, but I like it.
Like I said, if you don't pucker, they're not ready.
Next time you go to Disney World, Port Orleans Riverside, the River Roast Bar. Okay. Smoked turkey drink. All right. That sounds
Interesting.
Yeah, it does. So, you all know every week I have to tell you some kind of Chloe story. So, Andrew works in retail, and yesterday was Black Friday, so he had to be at the store at like 5 a.m. So, anyways, he goes and he comes back. I was going to go on live. He was just real tired. I mean, it was just a heck of a day. He knew today was going to be the same way. I was trying to sneak some gifts around, so I took his SUV instead because my truck, she's just reaching over and grabbing whatever from in the back seat while I'm driving. So anyways, that's how I hide presents. Well, we dropped Andrew off, and then I was picking him up, and there was this couple walking out of Walmart, and they were dressed a little. I mean, not like just a little like just not an outfit I would wear. I'm a little more conservative. I'll just say that. And Chloe, like the windows are down because it's really pretty outside right now, and there's a nice breeze. And I had the car off, and anyways, this lady and her husband walk by, and she's dressed. I mean, a little. I mean, just again, not an outfit I would wear. And Chloe
Skanky.
goes, "Oh my god!" I was like, look at your phone, look at your phone, look at your phone. I was just like, oh my god. Like, you never know what's going to come out of her mouth. And I mean, this kid, I swear. And then but she woke up today and chose violence, I think. Like she came in our room, like busted and woke up with I'm gonna just choose violence. So she had been that way all day, and I have projects to do in the house, but I was like, I can't keep this kid inside all day and not start drinking by noon. So I'm joking, but you know what I mean. So it's a beautiful day outside. Our baby goat was out. So I had Chloe chase her for an hour. I mean, the goat was getting away. She wasn't hurting her, but it was, when it was just like, oh, I was trying to actually get her back in the pen, but I had Chloe kind of corral her. And so I was like, okay. And then and then I had her running up and down the driveway with her car. And I mean, I was just like, oh my gosh. But yeah, sitting in the parking lot, waiting on Andrew. I just know this lady is like, oh my God. I was like, oh, kid. I couldn't. I wanted to laugh so hard, but I knew my window was down too. And it's just how do you, just as a parent, sometimes I struggle because I want to laugh so hard, but it's, oh my gosh, this kid. Anyways, and she gets a new word of the week, and that's the word of the week this week. I've heard it 100 times today. Last week it was why, Chloe.
That'll be back.
I know that one's coming back, but it was a nice change until this afternoon, and then I was like, oh,
right.
Hey, somebody saying hey to Bama. I hope I didn't miss Bama.
I didn't see him go through.
I didn't either. But if he's
Bama.
here, hello, Bama. Oh, cool. So the project that Ross is working on will be broadcast nationally on PBS in 3 years. That's
nice.
Hey, Glow Bees Travel. Hope you're doing well. I love your little 3 bees there. Those are cute. Okay. late getting on. Hello. Well, welcome in. You're never late.
I'm better late than never.
I'm
Welcome
like you, just
anytime.
conservative. Yeah, I just
Yeah.
conservative. Nobody wants to. I don't even want to see this. Nobody wants to see this. Let's just say that. But anyways, but yeah. I mean, if you got it, flaunt it. I'm not knocking anybody. I mean, younger days, okay. But yeah, I was just
I have a little bit more than some.
I'm just telling you, like, Chloe, leave it to Chloe. You know, those, you ever want to know the honest, like, truth about something, go ask, like, a 3 or 4 year old. They'll tell you
Yep.
straight up. No filter. Anyways, that's my Chloe story for the day. I try to bring one a week, you know.
Yeah, she's so
Anyways,
fun.
Yeah.
she really is. I mean, she's at that, like, perfect age right now. She knows we're going on a cruise ship. So today, we were talking about it, and she was like, I need my luggage and I want my unicorn backpack. I'm like, well, unicorn backpack, I mean, it's about this big. I mean, about the only thing that can fit in that's elf on the shelf. So hope you're not planning on bringing much if that's the bag you're choosing this time.
Well, as long as it's empty when she gets ready to go home, so one of her little Christmas presents will fit in there.
Yeah. Yeah, probably, 35 ducks. So, let me ask you, chat. Santa's coming, and Santa is shopping for Chloe. But mommy and daddy have decided they don't really need anything. We got to cruise a week later. So, but I feel like maybe she would question if mommy and daddy don't receive something, because every year kind of mommy and daddy get something. Last year daddy got a cruise. I'm just wondering, do y'all think it's appropriate if Santa brings us, like, 50 Amazon ducks and maybe some luggage tags? I don't know. Y'all let me know in chat. Like, I'm kind of been back and forth about it because I don't really want to spend money on things that we just don't really like. We've been pretty blessed. So it's like, really at this point, it's like we don't need any more. Used to get Andrew a video game or DVD or whatever, and a couple little things, and we call it good. But we've just gotten to the point where our house is so full. We need to have like a massive yard sale, probably for like a month. So it's like, what do y'all think? I'm just interested to see what y'all do with your
Are
family.
you saying like from Santa or just between each
From
other?
Santa. Yeah, from Santa.
Well, and I realize every family's different, but it was whenever we questioned it growing up, my parents were like, well, Christmas is really for kids, and Santa doesn't think you're a kid anymore, and that's why he doesn't bring us gifts anymore.
Okay. That's a good perspective. Because he would always Santa always brought my dad, like, real cool stuff.
Yeah, and I'm not saying not to. I'm just saying, everybody.
Yeah.
That's how we did it. That's how it was explained to us.
I just wanted to hear if you were about to go on a cruise like a week after Christmas, would your items be cruise themed? And what would you want them to be? Because I'm needing some ideas too.
Well, and if you don't want to do anything, you can tell her that Santa brought the cruise and he just told you about early so that you could get started packing for it. And then maybe print off the boarding tickets, put those, if he were to print the boarding tickets and put them in the stocking.
That's a good point. I mean, he did get us tickets to the greatest cruise ever, despite what Z says. So
he wanted to make sure all the kinks were worked out for you.
Right. Although our dining opened up. Whoever's been on NCL, I've got questions. I'll get to that in a second. But our dining opened up today for NCL as well. And NCL to me is not as user friendly as Carnival. I think it's just because I'm so used to Carnival. But
yeah.
Why will definitely be back. I'm the oldest kids in my family, sister, first cousins, and I worked in daycare for 20 years. They always ask why. Oh gosh, I'm telling you that why. I mean, it's like, Chloe, can you go put that in the trash? Why? I mean, how do you just not say because I said to? I mean, it's like, because you don't want trash on the floor. Yeah, why?
Why?
Oh boy.
Santa doesn't like trash in the floor. He'll trip over it on the way to the stockings.
Yeah. We had to have a lot of threats to call the Grinch today, just so y'all know. Like that works, Jen. As long as you have something on a tree, she'll be good. Okay. See, Denise, I knew you'd come in clutch too. I'm always just curious. I like to see what other families do, because this parenting thing, they don't come with, they come with books. You can go buy books, but how I like to see how other parents have done it in the past. I know our family, we always went all out with Santa. Like it was a big deal. Well, if you get something, just tell it was a secret, Santa. I could. That's a good idea too, Z. So there's just kind of what's been up with me this week. Shopping, planning, chasing my kid around. What have y'all been up to this week?
Well, I got a new position with my job. So I was off Thursday, and then Friday I worked from 7 in the morning to 7 at night. Ooh. So yeah, I'm a little old for that. So I've been recouping all day. Now I did placed a couple of online orders, and so we went to Target and JCPenney to pick those up. And what else did we do? That's great. We walked around the mall and it was the first time we've been in a mall in probably 3 years. And we were down in one little hallway, and he was on his phone with something. And I was just like, I'm going to be out here. There was way too many people in that little bitty hall. It's down towards like where the restrooms and the soda machines and stuff like that were. And I was just like, there's too many people down here. So I went back out into the main where there's 1,000 people. And I was okay with that because they weren't just in a confined area. And so I went out there and stood and waited for him, got some coffee. The Starbucks line was the longest. And we just kind of walked around and went to the phone store and were disappointed there. And so then we picked up the JCPenney stuff and left. And I was like, okay, I'm done. We'll have a 2 nights for my job, or my line of work. We'll have 2 nights at Dillard's, and I have probably in the 20 plus years that I've been with this department, I've probably been there on that special night 5 or 6 times.
Okay.
And that was it. And I have no desire to go this year. I just, with it was raining and 34 degrees, and we're supposed to get snow tonight. So I'm done. I'm in the house. I think we need to make some soup tomorrow, figure out how to make some soup, and just stay.
Wild to me. Who else already got snow, like in chat? Like, I know.
Probably won't get that much, but it's about 2 hours worth, and definitely not enough to make snow ice cream. So
okay.
You never make that with the first one anyway. You always wait till the second snow.
What I've always heard. And never yellow snow.
Never yellow snow. Yeah, it supposedly it gets all the impurities and stuff out of there on the first snow, and so the second snow is cleaner, I guess. Supposed to be.
It's wild to me. I mean, like we don't get snow here at all. Like I think once, and it was like once in 100 years we got snow.
Was that when we were in San Antonio and got it there? Was that about 4 years ago? 5 years ago?
It was right after Hurricane Harvey. I want to say it was like 2000, like January 2018. It was like the weirdest thing. We got snow before Andrew's family did in Boston, and like we get ice, but we never get snow here. We'll get like that sleet, freezing rain, nice ice. But yeah, it's weird that y'all are talking about snow to me. I mean, it was like 70 degrees here today. It was nice. It was cool. It was overcast, but it was a breeze, but it was like not snow weather at all.
Yeah, I think Thursday it was in the 60s. And then, like I said, we were out and about today and it was 34, and it's supposed to get to, I think, 26 by 7 in the morning overnight. So I'm not, it goes from hot to cold, and there's just no in between.
Right. Yeah, we down here. I mean, that's the nice thing about living on the coast is you don't really get all that. We have very similar weather to Florida because we're like South Texas, so we have very similar weather to Florida, and like humid, sticky, But yeah, it's not too bad. Not too bad. Scott said no snow, thank you. And then Z said we get snow in Dallas Fort Worth every couple of years. Yeah, when I
Yeah.
growing up, we got snow or ice every couple of years. I remember one time, I want to say it was like 2008, 2009. I drove home and like a lot of snow from Fort Worth. Like it wasn't supposed to get that bad. I just remember driving on I-20, being like, this is awful. 820, I-20. But yeah, I don't really miss that. I don't really miss that at all. Just to be honest. But yeah,
Sam,
that's good. Ready for a cruise, I'm sure. If you're getting snow like that already.
we go from, like I said, 60s, low 60s to snow, and it doesn't just stop with the snow. We get ice, and it'll go because people don't trim their trees back from the power lines. So the ice is hanging in the trees, pulling the lines down, pulling the limbs down. They're laying on the tree or on the lines. Then we ended up lose power. So we sat here one year, and it was 4 or 5 days with no power. And that's just no fun. So,
and, it wouldn't have been so bad, but we're on well and septic. So when you lose power, you lose water.
Right. Or the same way. We're out in the country, so we have septic and water well as well.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. We roll with it.
Yeah, that's why we went ahead and after that, we went ahead and got a generator.
Mm-hmm.
That way, for when the power kicks off, if it stays out for any length of time, at least we've got water, some heat, and the essentials.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we have the same thing. So I'm going to change topics a little bit, get it back to cruising. We are 35 days from the Jubilee, which seems far away, but seems kind of close. We're in that in-between phase, right? And I heard that John Held is going to be walking on the Jubilee next week, giving a tour. Is there anything you're excited for him to show or see? I saw Kindle Fire too, was taking pictures with it behind her. I think so. They're getting on there right now. It's probably headed this way because it's supposed to be here December 20th. So, what are y'all looking forward to seeing on the ship the most?
Everything. We've never been on one that big.
Yeah, that's either.
I like I want to see more of the ocean type design layout. I think it's on, was it like deck 14 or something like that, or the bars and stuff, or they have some ocean, I guess, for a better word, themed bars.
Right, like I saw that, like they have like it looks like a chandelier with a fish, like it looks like a vortex almost going thing, but it's like fish. And then I think there's it's like an octopus looking bar type thing. It looks cool. I know we're pretty excited for it because it's going to be the first time we're on that class of ship and that kind of ship, and then we're moving right into NCL and Royal. So I feel like it's kind of a good carnival step up for us. I feel like for Andrew and I, because we've been looking at this Encore ship, and it looks pretty. I've been watching Bill and Clock and the muster drill this week on the MSC Meraviglia. Sherry's on the Celebrity Summit. It's like the way the ships are going, like these nicer, bigger. I don't think Summit's that big, but you know what I'm saying? Like maybe it is. I know y'all will correct me in chat. But anyways, I'm excited to see like that step, and then Andrew and I, we're going to the steakhouse with y'all. I'm looking forward to that. I love me the cowboy steak and the whole thing of the steakhouse. And we were looking today. Our reservations opened for NCL, and they have a steakhouse. And I was telling Andrew, I'm like, should we do that, or and how should we book it? Like, what should we book? Because we get a free specialty dining with our package for NCL. And so that was the one we were looking at booking, but it only lets us select 2 or 4. So I was going to ask all of you NCL individuals, how do you book 3? Like, what am I doing wrong? Also, is the steakhouse on NCL worth it? Should I try something different? So while y'all think about that, but I'm looking to kind of compare the differences a little bit. So I think I'm real excited to see, going from the Vista to the Dream to the Vista to the Dream. and then the Jubilee, and then from there go into those other ships. And like I said, I kind of look for those of you who have been on NCL. I would love to hear y'all's opinions, and because I kind of hear mix about that, Royal, that Carnival. I know they say Carnival's the Walmart of the seas, but I've always
that's
thought
okay.
So yeah, I'm like, cruise is a cruise, but I'm getting a little bougie.
One of the girls that's kind of helping out in my unit right now, she was telling me that she's going with her family. So it's like her mom and dad and sister's fiance. And maybe it was the grandparents, anyway, it sounds like it's going to be an odd number with her. And I wanted to go, I'll go with, but I'll have to cover the shifts while she's gone, but I was like, oh, and your husband going? And she's like, no. I said, you're not going on Carnival, are you? She went, yeah, because he is a royal person. His mom is like double diamond or whatever, maxed out, and then he's a diamond member, and she's fairly new to cruising, so she's just like, I'm just getting away. I'm going to the Bahamas. And I was like, right. That, it's not well, I say this tongue in cheek with the Luminosa coming up, but it's not about the ship. It's what you make of the trip and, the memories that you make. And I told her, I said, going with your grandparents, I said, that's going to be awesome, and having that time and those memories with them. Because, I don't have that. I lost my only grandparent when I was 15. I was probably 10 when I lost my grandpa, and never had the grandmother on that side. She passed when my dad was born, and my mom's dad when she was 4. So, I cherished every moment with my granny, and she would have loved going on a cruise. Not so much your grandma, my mom.
Yeah.
But I told her, I said, you go, you enjoy it. And she's like, yeah, I'm telling him, I'm going to the sun. I'm going to the beach. You do what you want.
Right. Yeah. That's, and that's something that we think about with Chloe too, is like both of our moms, both Andrew and my dad have passed away. And so we both have our moms, and both of our moms are very similar in the fact that they travel, they gamble, they drink, and they smoke. I mean, they're different people, but they both have those similarities. So I've been on several cruises with both, and I've been on one cruise with Amy, but I've traveled with Amy a couple times. And then that's Andrew's mom, and then my mom, she's platinum, almost diamond Carnival, and so Chloe's been on cruises with Mima, which is my mom, twice, and so I look forward to her cruising with Andrew's mom on NCL. It's going to be a new experience for us, but I look forward to her that's one thing I'm really excited for her to do, is to cruise with both grandmothers. I think that's going to be, I know she's only 3, almost 4, but I feel like those pictures and memories, I remember things as a kid, and I look back, and even if maybe I don't remember it, I see the photos and I'm like, oh, yeah. So I think that's, and if anything, Amy and Andrew will remember that cruise, just like I know with my mom and me and Chloe and Andrew, but I just think, I think it's going to be real exciting. I think that's something I definitely look forward to. And then cruising with y'all. I mean, we're going to be cruising with y'all, and it's going to be the second time we've cruised with you. So it's going to be fun. I do know on our Jubilee cruise page, Mr. Duckman, Vernon something, he was on their cruise in Vista, and he does some like really cool cruising ducks, and he goes all out. He's Mr. Duckman. So he's on this sailing. We missed him on the Vista, but I asked him if he'd maybe want to sit down with us and chat about being Mr. Duckman, and he said he would. So I don't know if Tony wants to join in on that or not, but he asked us what time we were available and what day and stuff. So I figured obviously it's tea day, but Andrew was like, that'd be kind of cool, because ducks are something we love to look for on cruises, and to be Mr. Duckman, I mean, how cool is that? So
he just has all the ducks, and he hands out lanyards with ducks on them and little cards on the.
He goes all out.
Leave thing, and he's just. I'll show you his page.
Okay.
Yeah. He's really cool.
He's real cool. Yeah.
I'm thinking there's a chance I might actually find a duck on this one because it sounds like there's going to be 30,000 ducks hidden.
Right?
Everybody is bringing 100, 200, 500 ducks, and they have some that they've made. And I know you saw the turtle key rings. I think they were key rings or magnets.
I did.
Oh gosh, I hope I find one of those. And
So
I have a special duck that I'm gonna have to pack for you. So
okay, cool.
I'll bring Chloe too, so she has one, and we'll leave yours alone. But.
Okay, yeah. I saw the sea turtles too. I think the 3D printed sea turtles. And so for those of you who do not know, I have a sea turtle tattoo on my foot, on my left foot. It's a blue. He goes from like a light blue to like almost like turquoise. He kind of fades into a different color, and it's got a Hawaiian hibiscus on for his shell. And I actually got that tattoo when I was 18 in Lahaina, Maui. And I have always loved sea turtles, and that's kind of my thing. I've got a lot in this house, a lot of surfboards and stuff with sea turtles on them and stuff. That's kind of my thing. And so when I saw the 3D printed sea turtles, I'm like, okay, I'm going to really hunt for that. I mean, sometimes with the ducks, I'm kind of like, we're bringing a lot. It's mostly for Chloe. The girl doesn't need more ducks. I mean, she just likes to find them, but.
I saw one lady say when she finds them, she adds her tag, and one of them that's going out is going to have 3 or 4 tags on it. So she'll add her tag and then rehide it. So
that's cool. I love it when they do like the memorial ducks, like in memory of somebody. I think that's really cool too. Those of you in chat, I always ask y'all questions. Like, I know Adam and Debbie, I don't know if they're still here, but they bling out some ducks. I've been following her on Facebook, and her blinged out ducks, they look real cool. Wish I was on a cruise with that to get one. But do y'all look for the ducks? Do y'all bring ducks? Those little ducks are still squeaky. I didn't think they're. Yeah, we get the little tiny ones that we found, like the little baby ones, and those have the coolest little squeak. Like I like to do them across the table, like the table in the room. And they like they're blue, pink, whatever. And Chloe has a couple of pink and purple ones. They're like yay big, and they're super cool. Oh, anytime. I've been watching those blinged out ducks. They look cool. I was thinking about how much time and love you've put into those. Like, they're so cool. So I hope when you hand them out, like whoever gets them treasures them, because they are really cool looking. I love it when it's like special ducks. Like on the Dream, this guy took, I guess his like kids Legos or something, and he made like Lego ducks, and they were good size, and he hid them. There's about 6 or 7 of them that he hid, and they were really, really cool. And the crochet ducks I always find cool, but I like the different ducks. I wish I had time to do cooler ducks, but fortunately our ducks are going to be the Amazon, probably Cyber Monday ducks. But Lisa and Tony, if you don't see it here in the middle, they do the shark ducks, since Tony does the shark stuff. So hello, Scott McNeil. I hope you're doing well. We're talking about the Jubilee. Well, we're talking about a little bit of everything, but we're just talking about the Jubilee. And I just joined Mr. Duckman, the Duckman. Yeah, he looks cool. He was on the Vista with us in January, and we saw him, and he was very nice, but we were on our way somewhere and didn't really, it was kind of like a high thing. But I know a couple of the channels that were on the January cruise kind of sat down with him and talked to him, did an interview with him, and I just thought it'd be kind of fun. He goes all out, so I'm excited to see Scott McNeil, like what all happens on the Jubilee. So yeah, like I don't know. So my camera, I'm telling you, every week it's just this room. When I was in the other room, it didn't do this. I think it's the window behind me. Anyways. I'm real blurry now. I know. I want to turn my camera off and turn it back on. Y'all hold down the fort.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We got this.
Nope.
That did not fix it. Anyways, it'll fix itself in a minute. I'll keep trying. I'm gonna have to quit being in here because I look like I'm in the witness protection.
Yeah.
Nation witness protection.
You just need to wear one of them things that changes your voice.
Can you imagine? I don't know why it didn't used to do this, and then it started just like I think it's the blinds behind me. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's me and my lack of technology knowledge. It'll fix itself in a minute because sometimes it just like auto corrects. Sorry if it makes you dizzy, anybody. I don't know. I think it's got like an autofocus. I don't know.
Well, it's not working.
I'm too animated for it, I think. Like I move around too much. Like it's perfect for Andrew because he doesn't get like all talkative like I do. I'm gonna try again. Y'all hold down the fort.
Well, it doesn't take long for her to turn on and then back off unless she's trying something else.
Reboot fixes everything.
Hey, the bug files are in.
Hey, bud files. Sorry, I look a little. It'll fix itself in a minute.
She's had a rough day, so.
Wouldn't be a Saturday Night Live without me, without some kind of chaos in my life. I know. And Clock said he may join us. He was going to a show, and he said that the Wi-Fi on the Meraviglia has been kind of hit or miss. Although Bill had a really good couple lives. But he said that he may join us. Wait, what? Are you serious? They are like a bucket list for us. Did you know that?
No, on ours?
Scott, on the New Year's? I know, I'm very blurry, Scott. It's me. It's me. I'm the problem. It's me.
Wipe your camera. And she's gone again. How cool is that? We cruised with them on the Panorama for the 50th celebration.
Yeah.
Met him, got a photo, and of course had to send it to Jen. I was like, hey, look who we just ran into.
Yeah, it was the salsa class that we made it, actually signed that.
Salsa and salsa. Oh, you're muted too, Jen.
So we originally booked the Jubilee on November 18th to cruise with EECC. And we have followed them. Man, I mean, we've been watching them probably since 2017, 2018, I know for sure. So I really, really oh, he said yes. Oh my god. Oh wait, I got a little clear.
Awesome. Jen's gonna be a little stalker.
I mean, I've always wanted to like just drink a beer with Jason. Like it doesn't even have to be on camera. Like you don't even have to know we're from Embarkation Nation. I just want to drink a beer with you. Like that's how cool I feel like they are. Like that kind of level of cool. Man, I'm excited.
He was very down to earth. Just very. Oh yeah, come on over.
Yeah.
And his wife was more like me a little bit. She was kind of standoffish, and of course, if I don't know you, I've got the WTH look on my face, and she wasn't like that at all. But it was, kind of like, who are you and why are you approaching us? And it was cool. Like I said, they were very nice and got a cool little picture with them and everything. Somebody was freezing, so it was a little fun. But yeah, they were, and we ran into them a couple of times. We didn't hang out with them, but they had a whole group, but yeah, it was cool that they took the time and got a picture for Jen.
I can't wait to log off and not right this second, but like tell Andrew that they're going to be on our. I didn't know. Of course, I haven't watched them as much.
Is he there?
Andrew?
Is he asleep?
Oh, he's in there playing Spider-Man. So he's got this new Spider-Man video game, And so he plays in the living room and he gives Chloe a controller. And so he wears like this like purple, pink Spider-Man outfit, I don't know, skin thing. And so she thinks she's playing the whole time. Like she sets the controller down and runs through the house, but she thinks that, she's playing. So he's been I'm clear again ish.
Yes.
So anyways, he thinks that she thinks that she's playing. So he's over there playing Spider-Man to occupy her so I can do the live with y'all.
Well, you should mute, turn around, and scream at him. Oh my God, Andrew, come here! And then,
how'd that go?
Oh my God, Andrew, come here!
No.
And a little in there, and also so that he comes running, and you go, guess what? So we can all see his expression. I think it's going to be just like yours.
I think it is, but then Chloe will know that and she'll remember I'm in here, and then it'll look like I'm being mauled by a 4-year-old like the whole live, like, and I already don't need help with the camera,
But he'll be like, oh, come on, let's play, and they'll go back.
No, she's already outside the door. She heard me. Anyways, hey Marjorie, I hope you're doing well.
We thought we were going to be just us two tonight, but apparently she woke up.
Oh, poor puppy. She's
long enough to scream, want to go outside, and now she's settling back in.
Right. I can introduce you, Jennifer, to them. We hung. Oh, Scott, you're making dreams come true. I mean, I'm talking like, again, don't have to have the camera. I just want to say, hey, I think you two are amazing. Like, been watching y'all for ever. I remember like my dad and I talking about EECC. Like, he passed away in 2018, so I know I've been watching them since at least then. I'm pretty sure since like 2017. Man, that's
one of your first ones, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's one of the first YouTube channels we started really watching, like them, and then we watched Tim Tracker and Adam Naloo, and we kind of moved into Tony from La Little Loca, like, like 2019. I want to say about 2020, 2019. It was like right before COVID, but we've been watching EECC for a long time. So excited. Night Maid Scott McNeil. Actually, all of you.
Hero for Saturday night.
Hero. I'm so excited about it. I can't even like look at chat. I'm like just like so excited. Okay, let me see. Everybody saying hello. Oh, poodle sleeping. My poodle is sleeping at the moment. Oh, and then I saw Orange Cone was talking about his dog Coco. Our dog is named Coco as well. Is Andrew cosplaying? He does cosplay, actually. He's been on the news as Obi-Wan Kenobi and just different things. So our friend Kirk, I'm actually editing that vlog. Our friend Kirk owns CadaverCon, and he and Andrew cosplay together. They have several little outfits. Spider-Man is not one, though. So y'all probably learned. I'm glad y'all love us. So we'll have to meet up at Sail Away. Yes, let us know. We'll probably. Cool. I know for sure. We'll probably do a cruise bet too, because he we met him in person. He's so cool. Lisa and Tony, y'all are gonna like him too.
Can't wait.
He's a good guy too. I can't. Scott McNeil and Naughty Cruiser too. Like, Naughty's hilarious. I was on a live with him. Talking about Alaska a few weeks ago. And before the pre-show, he had me laughing so hard. I was like, I'm not going to get through this live, because he's just, what, like somebody's naturally funny. Like, they don't even have to try. They're just hilarious. And that's how Naughty Cruiser is too. Like, he's just, I was watching like him and Josh from the Moonlight Adventure. Like, I've seen little clips of them like throughout the cruise, the booze cruise. Man, you're just, and I've heard that Naughty is like us as far as like he likes the casino. So anybody who like rolls like that, I just know it's gonna be amazing. So just have to say.
I'm just saying I was excited about the cruise, but now I'm getting a little more excited.
I know. I'm excited for everybody who's coming but ECC, like I said, they're like a bucket list. Like I've always just been like, I can't wait to cruise with them someday. Like, they just seem so cool. They just seem so real. Like, I feel like they could be your neighbor, and you just like could go. Like, I don't know. I mean, I've watched their vlogs on like, I mean, when they do their crawfish boils. I mean, they just seem like so cool. Started with Resort One TV. I watched them, their whole family. I know Jenna and them have kind of like broken off into another page too. Paging Mr. Morrow. I like Paging Mr. Morrow a lot too. That's who I was talking about the other night with Kelly, Tony, when I said Nate. It's Paging Mr. Morrow.
Oh, okay.
He looks. He seems like a real fun guy too. Now it's all cruise content and very little Disney. Same with us. It used to be all Disney, and then, well, some cruising because we watch EECC, but they were like our only people. Like, they were like my go-to for like cruising. Like, I just at one point, like, if they said that's how it was, I'm like, that's how the ship looks. Because I felt like we watched a couple of their vlogs, and like the way they said things is kind of how I also felt about certain things on certain ships, like the Freedom and stuff. And so I felt like I trust their opinion very, very much, you know. And so, and the same thing with like Paige and Mr. Morrow and a couple of the others for Disney. It was like kind of like they seem like they have similar taste to us. And so, but I'm excited to see Paige and Mr. Morrow doing very well. Like he was like, man, I think when I started watching him, he was like at 30,000 subscribers, maybe less than that. And I remember when he hit his 100,000, and now I don't even know where he's at. But he has a partnership with Roosevelt's, which is the shirts Andrew wears a lot. Like, if you ever see like the button up shirts that Andrew wears, it's Roosevelt's. And that started because we were watching Paige and Mr. Morrow, and Andrew was like, I like those shirts, and so I bought him a couple. Paige and Mr. Morrow's discount code. That's my buddy. Yeah, I know that you and Naughty are pretty good friends, but Scott, he seems like he's just such a cool dude. Y'all both do. I'm gonna be honest, both of y'all seem really cool. Like, I can't wait. I'm excited. Like, the ship is I'm excited for, but I'm more excited to be with other content creators. We've been with a few other content creators, but not to this, like, not, you know, people we watch all the time. So I think that's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
Dawn. Yeah, we've watched Dawn too. Yeah, he does talk about Canada a little bit. I know he's kind of gone through some medical stuff, and yeah, so we watch him a little bit. Nate at 100 subs, yeah. Because he used to have a show with his wife, right, Ross? Like, it was him and his wife, and then they kind of went through, you know, like, separated, and then he started his own channel, right? Ordinary Adventures is really good too, and like, we like them a lot too. We started watching them because we saw them with I believe it's I'm the Woo, when they were at Batu East, and they were going through it, like, we watched them, and when he was going through like the Kyber crystal challenge, trying to get the black Kyber crystal. So, like, if you get the lightsaber, like the $200, I know Kelly and Ryan have one, the $200 ones, Lisa and Tony, that you buy different Kyber crystals for it. And there's, you know, if you buy the red one, sometimes you get like, it's like 1 in 6 odds or something, like, you know, something of that sort. You can get a black Kyber crystal, and they have different, and you don't know, it's like kind of like a blind bag. Like, you don't know that you're going to get it. You can't just say, I want like a black Kyber crystal. You have to like open a bunch of red ones to get it. And he was doing a challenge trying to get those Kyber crystals, and a couple people gave it to him, but he finally eventually opened one. And Andrew got one and almost dropped it in the drain. I think he has a short where he almost dropped. I mean, like, barely missed the drain. I mean, it could have been like a complete Disney fail on our end, but yeah, we got one. But that's really cool. Really cool. See, this is all about random blog live. Yes, I'm Veronica. Yes. I didn't know that about Don. I knew he was married. I think I was talking about Nate, Emily. Nate and his wife. Bama, we were just talking about you.
Yeah.
Hey, Bama.
Z was saying hello to you. You weren't here yet, but he was saying hello to you, I think, because your link dropped. And he was like, hey, Bella. I don't know if Z's still here, but he was saying hello to you. Are you still at Yogi Bear? Or are you headed home? He's do you remember that log cabin place we stayed at in Burleson, Lisa? That
Yeah.
there's one like north of Houston that Bam is at. So he's got a couple of videos. I know at least one video of he's there, and those cabins are so fun. They're so fun. We like to rent the golf cart, and definitely good for a weekend getaway. All right, Ross, have a great night. Thank you so much for spending time with us. I really, really appreciate you.
Good night.
We are like 270 watch hours away from our 4,000. So you'll probably see me a lot in the next week or two, just so you know. But thank you so much. Heading home. Okay, cool. Cool. Hope you're driving safe.
Safe travels, yeah.
Yeah. So how far is Houston from New Orleans? Is that like 5 hours? 6 hours? Because I think it's a 9.5 hour drive for us, and Houston's about 3.5. So I kind of, man, Bill and Cluck, I miss my friends. They always, you never know what they're going to say. I mean, we haven't had any shirt, bathing suit talk or underwear or anything. Dress. Yeah. I can't wait till they're back from their cruise. I know they're on the cruise together, so I'm sure they are living it up.
Looks like fun. I'm excited to try different ships. My offers, I've gotten emails for about 2-3 weeks now, and none of them are that good. So
I have the free interior right now, where you like $100 deposit, get $100 on board credit per person.
yeah, I'm getting Ocean View, and that's it.
But they're not Galveston or anywhere near here. They're New York and out of California and stuff, which is fine. But then I got to factor in the flight, and that's, we've got some expensive cruises coming up, so I'm having to do good.
Panorama, and that I would go back to California just to go on her again. But I heard that they're also I don't know why they're removing her whale tail, and I don't know what's going on with that.
Which one?
With this on Panorama?
They had to cancel some cruises because the propulsion issues.
Yeah, but what does that have to do? I mean, I'm not technical enough for that probably, but I read where they were removing the whale tail from it, and I don't know if that's just for the repairs or if they're taking it off and maybe putting a cone on like the Luminosa or something has.
Oh, like the Freedom had for a little bit.
Yeah.
I kind of like that look. I like the whale tail look, but I also kind of like the other look too.
Right.
Well, I don't know. I haven't really kept up with the Panorama, but I know our chat is pretty up. They like to keep up with it, so maybe they know.
Yeah, it's sad we're having problems because, that was, like I said, I think that's been so far my favorite ship. And I don't know if it's because of the activities are on it are a little bit different than, the others that we've had or what.
Had to take the tail off because it couldn't go under the bridges.
Oh, okay.
See? I knew Scott McNeil, Tanya, so much. He's just an awesome dude. I was about to say another word, but this is a family friendly. I was about to say.
It's 10 o'clock. You might be all right.
I was saying he's an awesome dude. Do you guys have any excursions? I've got nothing. We do. So in Honduras, you and I are going to see the sloth and monkeys with Chloe.
So excited for that. I can't even tell you how much. I've been to the monkeys. I've not done the sloths, and I'm just like a kid in a candy store. I'm going to be giddy.
I think so. I've told Chloe we're going to go see the monkeys again, but I think she thinks I'm talking about the previous cruise.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's clicked yet that we're going to go see them again. Yeah. So I'm excited because she loved it. And then Andrew has a beach, he's going to do the magic chair ride in the beach. I think he was going to try to catch the brewery that morning because they last time while we were in port, he missed them like doing the hops and all that stuff. So he was going to kind of go do his own thing. But he has like the beach chair ride excursion, and then
Tony's going to
diving,
book a
right?
dive. Yeah, he's going to book a dive.
Okay, and then
That's the only place that it's actually in part of the excursions, I believe, because he was looking at going out at the other places. But yeah, I think that's where he's got his 2-tank dive.
okay, and then in Cozumel we've got Mr. Sancho's, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we don't have anything in Costa Maya.
No.
We're gonna go to the Red Shirt and rent a golf cart, but they said they were out, so we might have to see you that day. I think we might just go do the swim up because I think with the monkeys and sloths and stuff, Chloe's gonna be so stimulated. I kind of worry. I mean, I kind of worry about her being overstimulated. Plus, I'm okay with a swim up bar anywhere we go. So
yeah, I've never been to Costa Maya. I think Tony's going to try to get a dive there too. Maybe it because there's I don't know how to say it, but there's like a city right outside of where we're going to be. It's like 5 miles a beach or something away from there that has a couple of dive options. I don't know if that's where, if he's going to, he said he had a couple spotted, but he hasn't booked them yet. So,
okay.
But I've never been to Costa Maya, so I haven't decided if I'm going to go with him to that city and just kind of hang out there on the beach while he does that, or if I'm going to go to the swim up bar with y'all. I mean, since I've not been there, I want to see something, but at the same time, as long as I got a beach, I don't care.
See, we've been to Costa Maya before. Andrew and I mean, it's been it was like 2015 when we went, but we had a good time, but we were just kind of like, we'll just go do what Andrew like Scott saying. Andrew really wants to film the ship, do all the food. I don't want to book us so heavily on excursions of places we've been to or can go again, to where he can't film what he wants to film because we don't have another Carnival cruise booked until 2026. So I think he wants to try to get as much as he can on this trip. Just too, with it being the second sailing of the Jubilee, I think he's got some goals in mind. So I don't want to hinder that. I know with Chloe, she'll love the monkeys and sloths. We've done it before. She loved it. I loved it. I know you will love it. It made sense, and that way Andrew can kind of go do his own thing.
Yeah, loved the monkeys when I went.
Yeah, and then, like I said, Costa Maya, we're probably just going to do the swim up bar. Maybe see the dolphins or whatever that are there. But we didn't make any real plans there. And then Mr. Sancho's in Cozumel.
Is Andrew still going to do that? I know he was kind of tossing around, not going.
As of right now, yes. He might do his own thing, which that he'll probably go with us at one point, but he may go back early or I don't know what he's gonna do. He's been back and forth because again he really wants to get the ship and all that, but I'm hoping by the time we're in Cozumel, like we've been to Cozumel a lot too, so it's kind of whatever. I'm just gonna kind of go with the flow of this cruise. Just okay. Nothing too stressful. Now on the next cruise in March, we've got some excursions booked. I'm super excited for. So I'm kind of keeping it low key for this cruise because I have a feeling we're going to spend a lot of money in March on that cruise. So not that this one was cheap, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. And Scott, do you dive?
Just finished fueling up. Already. Oh, thank you, Bama. We have your link dropping, so that way everybody can connect with you. And
yeah, be careful.
Be careful. Get home safe. I hope you and your family had an awesome time. I can't wait to see more of your vlogs. And I'm going to give Bama Nola a plug. He's got some awesome lawn mowing video, but he does stuff with his kids. He's got band videos. Like I said, he was just with the I can't think. I know it's not Yogi Bear, but it's that park. and those are always a lot of fun. And so, yeah, he just make sure you subscribe to him. He's a good guy, real good guy. Yeah, I know we like we've chatted back and forth. Like when he was sick, and I was like, Bama, we haven't seen you. Are you okay? And he's just a good guy. It's so funny. Like I always hear channels like, we notice when you're not here, we miss you. And I used to be like, yeah, okay. But then now I'm like, wait, like tonight I'm like, where's Uncle Dave?
I was just thinking that this title.
Uncle Dave, where are you at, my friend? I mean, I know where Clock, Sherry, and Bill are, but Uncle Dave. I dove once and loved it.
I love his videos. I can't bring myself to do that.
I do too. So do you have any like goals for the dives? I mean, I know with dives, it could be hit, maybe a lot of fish that may not, it's kind of nature that day, right? But do you have goals with your dives this time? Like, have you dove these places before?
Nope. No, the
Honduras you have. I just don't know if it's the same location.
Yeah, Honduras I did, but it was a long time ago.
Okay.
I mean, anytime I go on a dive, my goal is to try and see something new, and try to take some pictures of it if I can, because it's just there's just so much under there that it's. I mean, you see it on the TV and stuff like that all the time, but it's a whole lot different when you see it for yourself. It's just like you can go on the internet and listen to whale sounds all day long. But when you actually dive and you hear them for yourself and you actually record them, it's a totally different feeling than when you hear it on the internet. And so, I mean, the same thing with the sharks and stuff. I mean, you hear about people in excursions where they get to dive with the sharks and stuff like that. And you're like, oh man, that'd be cool. And then one day you're forced into it and it's like, okay. Well, I didn't know there was going to be that many sharks. I just assumed we were going to see one or two, not 10 or 15 of them that swam around us for 40 minutes.
No, I understand what you're saying. Like I do. Because I mean, I don't really dive, but I've done snuba and I have done diving. My ears, it just doesn't work for me. But I think that's a whole nother thing. But I think like when we were in Malakini and like you look down, there's like the black tip sharks kind of down there, reef sharks, and they didn't bother us. But I did get out of the water after it was pointed out to me. I mean, I've been swimming out there for like an hour and didn't notice them, but once it was pointed out to me, I was like, let me get out of the water. But just seeing the coral and the fish and the just a different life, it's definitely exciting. I mean, I live down here near Port Aransas where you can walk in the beach, but it's not Galveston bad, but it's not the prettiest water. Although the other day, Andrew and I were looking at it, I was like, man, it's almost got a Caribbean look to it. We were coming over leaving Corpus over the Harbor Bridge, and we were by the Lexington, and the water almost looked like it wasn't Half Moon pretty, but it was like a real pretty blue. And I was like, man, but we get that a couple times a year when the current kind of does some things. But anyways, but yeah, you're not snorkeling here and going to see like the pretty sea life like you do in Cozumel or some of these places. So I think it's exciting.
There's things that you get to experience. Like we went to Lake Tenkiller and I was helping a girl complete her dives for her dive master course so she could start her dive master course. And we were hanging around about 20 feet because in order for a dive to count, it's got to be 20 feet for 20 minutes. And at one point, this one fish, I mean, he started staring us down. He was just sitting there looking me in the face, and we could sit there and try to brush him off, and he would move a little bit, and then he'd come back and start staring at us again. And he probably did that for about 10 minutes. And so we started going back to the exit point, and he followed us all the way to the exit point, and as we went up to the surface, he followed us up to the surface. And then once we hit the surface, of course, that was the last we saw of him. But it was just so cool to, like, what is up with this fish? What is he finding so fascinated about us? Usually you think of fish running off, or,
Right.
you make a movement and they scatter. Not this dude. He'd swim around and come back and stare, just look in the mask.
I think of those TikToks you see about the whale shark or something that was trying to get the mama shark out of the fish net, or I mean I've seen tons of whales and just different things doing that. So I think in the back of my head I would have thought, oh, I would have looked like, one of your friends in trouble, like what's going on? But I will say, like, when it was the same trip. It was we were in Maui, and we were snorkeling, and it was with the sea turtles. I mean, it was so thick with sea turtles. I mean, they were like, don't touch the sea turtles. What, bro? They're touching me. Like, they were just running. There were so many of them. And it's like, don't touch the sea turtle. I'm like, I mean, I wasn't reaching. My hands are right. I mean, I got to swim. Like,
yeah, I think in Hawaii, if you get caught touching them or the dolphins, you can actually get fined, a hefty fine for doing that.
Yeah, I mean, the guy said it was almost like not a felony, but almost like a felony. I mean, they take it very seriously there.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, we weren't trying to touch them, but it was so thick of sea turtles that day. I mean, they were just everywhere. And that's why I got a tattoo of it. It left such an imprint, of swimming. And also when we had gone the year before to, like the Waikiki, Hanama Bay area. And we had swam with my brother and I had swam with, a sea turtle there. And it was the first time we'd ever seen one like that. And it was the coolest thing. So anyways, and then when we were at Malakini, and like, we're looking around, and like these fish were like, I thought my dad was like pinching me, like little, like trying to irritate, like it just light pinches. Right. Yeah. And I was like, I mean, not that my dad would do things to irritate us. Right. But, I just, my brother, maybe I thought somebody was like pinching me. I'm like, what is going on? Like, I'm looking around, like nobody's around me. So then I'm like, what the heck? And it was happening to my mom too. And we looked down, and like, there was fish. They were like trying to like nibble on our bathing suits where we had like a floral print that looked like bright colors, And so that was like that's a cool experience. Like, you don't get, I mean, you don't really want things nibbling on you here in Port Aransas, I guarantee you.
Well, we had that in Fort Worth at the lake. It was like little perch would come up and just kind of nip on your leg, Yeah. It's a weird feeling.
It's a weird feeling. Has anybody in the chat ever had fish nibbling on you? Like, and I'm not talking like where you stick your feet in a pedicure type thing, like nibble, but I'm talking like when you're swimming. Like, it's a weird feeling.
As long as it's not a piranha.
Well, anything in the ocean has teeth, even the bait fish. So, but yeah, and that's cool. I mean, I remember the first time and then we scuba dived in St. Martin, and that was a really cool experience. I just remember the sharks though. We were out of the water and at the dock, but they were underneath the dock circling. Like they were looking for them. They weren't like, I think they were maybe some baby hammers, but yeah, it wasn't like a tiger shark or a bull shark or anything.
Yeah.
But we have bull sharks here. I mean, we have tiger sharks and bull sharks. We don't have tiger. We have bull sharks here and hammerheads.
Those would be cool to see, but those are the ones that you want to try to stay away from.
Oh yeah,
the hammerhead and the bull sharks are kind of aggressive.
So did you see any lemons? And
yeah. I always think of
when in Fiji or wherever
it was in St. Kitts.
Okay.
Where they were actually in St. Kitts. One of the things they did was that the guide was walking around, or we're swimming around with a spear, and he was looking for the lionfish, because lionfish are an invasive species, and he was they're trying to get the sharks to where they'll start eating them.
Yeah. We have all those here in Panama City. Yeah. There's always people here catching at least the hammerhead, bull sharks too. We've had people like had to go get. They've hooked a pretty good size couple of bull sharks down here. I'm like, I don't let Chloe swim on the beach here. I mean, not that it can't happen in Cozumel, the Bahamas, right? But I just like here, I just feel like even manatees. So we have manatees here. There was like a big deal. Like we don't normally have them, but they've been down here in the Corpus area. Yeah, kind of like downtown where Joe's Crab Shack is and stuff on the water there, like by where we stay at the hotel.
Yeah.
They've been around those boats in that little marina area. Very rare that we see them, but they've been there. And then
did you go down to Corpus and see that yellow bird that's supposed to be so rare flew up from Mexico? Or
yeah, I don't think it's Mexico. I think it's from like Africa or something. It's like the first time one of them's been in the United States or North America or something like that. Yeah, I did not go see the bird. It was all over the news though.
Yeah, so people were traveling from all over to go see it.
Yeah. Yeah, they said people all over. Now we've got whooping cranes here too, and those things. I know they're very, 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 very protected, very, very protected here, and gosh, they sound like little pterodactyls, and they're noisy. I'm like, shh, I'm trying to sleep. Could y'all not? I learned about bull sharks. Yeah, they're not. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Bird's the word. It's like I'm telling you. No, I didn't see them, and then I'm trying to think of what else we've seen in our little diving experiences. We don't really. I mean, I don't know. We don't really we don't do any of that here. I mean, I like to go this is the time of year for me to go to the beach because it's kind of like all the summer people have left there, but the snowbirds have not arrived yet. They'll be here next week or two. So you can go and walk up and down the beach and probably find some sand dollars and starfish and stuff. But in a couple of weeks, all the winter Texans will be here. I didn't know that was a thing until I lived on the coast.
Oh, wow.
About ready to have a winter transplanted Texan in Oklahoma down there. It stays with this cold.
Yeah, it's been getting colder up there the last couple of years. Wish we had.
It would be cold and wet, but I did not expect snow this early.
Yeah, that's not a good sign.
Loons.
We may be driving to our cruise instead of flying.
Yeah. That bright orangey red coral that looks like fire, aka file. Yeah, don't touch it. We were in Hanama Bay, and I don't know what my mom got into it. I don't think it was fire coral, but it was some kind of coral. And she caught her leg, and she was bleeding a little bit. And I was paddling as fast as I could back to shore. And she's like, "You just left me." And I was like, I saw Shark Week.
Yeah.
They got tiger sharks here in Hawaii. I'm out. My mom was like, "Really?" I mean, you'll be right. You made it. This is both of us getting tangled up in the coral. It was kind of rough, and she got thrown into it.
That's one of the things that we had to worry about there in Okinawa was all the coral. Mm-hmm. They had all different kinds of coral there that we had to be careful of. In fact, the stuff that we wore with our fins were actual tennis shoes. That way you could take your shoes off and walk around and do stuff, because the diving boots and stuff like that they have now, even the ones they have, well, I don't know about now, but the ones back then, the coral would just eat right through it. And so what you would do is get like an old pair of tennis shoes and use those inside your fins. That way you could take the fins off and walk around and not have to worry about the coral eating up the bottom of your feet.
So did you learn to dive with a chain suit?
No, I've never worn. Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. I was just curious. Just kidding.
No, but I wish I had. Maybe I wouldn't have sat on that
Crown of thorns.
crown of thorns.
Ooh,
Yeah, that was not fun.
it doesn't sound fun.
No, the crown of thorns. I mean, it's that thing. It looks like a starfish, but it's just got hundreds and hundreds of these thorns that just overlay.
Right? It's like
And on one of the dives that we did during the course, they said, "Hey, when we give you this signal, that means sit down." It's like, okay. So the class goes down under there, and he looks at me and he gives me the signal to sit down. So I start to sit down, and about halfway down, he starts doing this, which is the sign to get up. And I'm just like, I didn't know if he was talking to me or somebody else. And just before my butt hit the ground, I had somebody reach from behind me, and they were trying to grab my tank, but they missed and grabbed my regulator hose and pulled up on it. And when they did, they pulled the regulator out of my mouth. And about that time, my butt hit that crown of thorns, because apparently I didn't see the crown of thorns behind me when I started to sit down, but the instructor did. And that's why he was doing this. He was telling me, no, don't sit, get up, get up. And I didn't know he was talking to me because we had so many students around us.
He told you to sit.
I know. And I was wearing a wetsuit, a pair of jeans, a bathing suit, and some underwear. And those thorns went through it all.
ouch.
Same.
So that was one of them self-correcting errors. Always look before you sit.
Well, yeah. And the black sea urchins, them too. Yeah, those things are a pain too. My mom's gotten tangled. My poor mom, she's gotten tangled up in a lot of things, but she got tangled up in one of them in Jamaica.
Oh yeah, those are nasty.
Yeah, she stepped on it. She didn't see it. I guess like the sand.
Didn't she get hit with a? I was sitting here thinking about it. Oh,
They're not flippers.
They're
fins.
Flipper.
Jellyfish. Didn't she get stung by a jellyfish also?
We both did in Honduras. I still to this day you can't see it, but like my finger, like the skin right here, is different to this day from that jellyfish. I don't. And the thing about it is, so we were in Honduras and we were kind of like the first off the ship because both my parents were platinum, so I just walked off with them. And we rode the magic chair over and got seat stuff, but we had gotten snorkel gear, so nobody was really in the water yet. So my mom and I were like, well, we'll go ahead and get in. It was still kind of like, I don't know, about 8, 9 o'clock, 8 in the morning. Like the sun was up, but it wasn't like fully up yet. You know what I mean? And so the water was still a little like, how kind of in the morning, how it's a little murky-ish,
Mm-hmm.
And so we, she and I were out there and we saw all kinds of cool little stuff. Like we were snorkeling. My dad was up on the, beach chair. And so we kind of went towards there's like this bridge area, and you'll see it like when you pull in, you can see this little bridge area. Well, we were kind of under it, and I think we both got tangled up in some jellyfish. And I didn't, she felt hers kind of right away, but I didn't really notice mine until I went to get out of the water. And it stung a little bit, but not enough to like, my mom was like really having an issue. So she went to get meat tenderizer and all that. I think she was even trying to have them spray vinegar on it or something. I don't remember. Well, it wasn't until I got like back on the ship, like later in the day, that it was bubbled up real bad. It was really burning. And I don't know if it was, I got tangled up in something else or a jellyfish. I just figure it was a jellyfish, but it kind of bubbled up real good, and it hurt so much. It hurt so bad I considered going to the ship doctor because I was just like, I mean, it was just in pain with it. And it ended up being fine, but it like changed my skin forever. Like I don't know what I got. I mean, I assume it was a jellyfish, but I may have gotten into something else. But it just forever kind of changed my skin right there. It's kind of got a weird texture to it now. But yeah. We got tangled up in some jellyfish. We actually went in Hawaii one time. We couldn't go to a certain beach because the box jellyfish were so bad,
Yeah.
and some of the areas there. But I mean, that was the first time I ever. I mean, my sister-in-law. It seems like every time they go out, Port A or Rockport, Corpus, wherever, it seems like they constantly get. Like my sister-in-law is like a jellyfish magnet. I mean, I swear. Like, I mean, she's gotten it across her shoulder and her arms. I mean, my brother's gotten stuff. I mean, I'm like, just don't go in the water here. Not enough sea turtles. That's what they eat. But yeah, it's the only time I've been stung by a jellyfish. Knock on wood. I don't get out in the water like I used to either. But we saw some cool stuff that morning. It was like I think we saw an octopus and definitely saw all kinds of like little crabs. And when we were in the magic chair, we actually saw a huge. I'm thinking it was a stingray, but it was huge. I mean, he looked about 5 feet wide from the chair. I mean, he was huge. Of course, they can get kind of big. I've seen a 6 foot one caught here.
Yeah, some of those get pretty big.
Yeah.
I think the one your dad tried to catch was only about 3 foot wide, tip to tip. Three,
Yeah.
maybe 4 foot. But the tail, from nose to tail, it was probably, I don't know, 6.
We've been on the fishing boats here and all brought in like about a 6 foot one. I mean, it was that barb was they cut the barb off of it and released it, but it was big.
Aw. So now it
Well, they
has no
cut the
defense.
barb off. They didn't cut their tail off. It just cut that barb off so nobody got hurt. They would. I have pictures of Andrew with it somewhere. They let everybody take a picture. I mean, he was huge. It was like one of the biggest ones they said they had seen. That's
Even when we went out and swam with them, they weren't very big. I mean, those were only probably 3 feet
yeah.
tip to tip.
Yeah, they were little puppies. Some people won't go in Grand Cayman to do that, and I'm like, man, that's my favorite excursion is to swim with the stingrays. I love it so much. I've done it here at SeaWorld, like in San Antonio. I've gone up there and for my birthday actually last year, me, Andrew, and Chloe went and swam with stingrays. Chloe did not. So she was just very scared. So she was fine when they were like swimming and doing their own thing. But then when they brought the shrimp out and where we could like feed them, and they're very friendly. Like they're used to being fed, especially at SeaWorld. So they were like coming up at the water and stuff. And I mean, they were like flapping around and she crawled up Andrew like a tree. I mean, just latched. And we finally got her calmed down enough to touch one. And it was about the end of the excursion. We were out there about like 30, 45 minutes. And I mean, it was just like the last 5 minutes. We finally got her calmed down enough to touch one. It was like, it's fine. Like, I was like, look, they're just these little puppy dogs. And I'm like, they're just sea puppies. And she was like, no, they're not, Mama. But.
Well, I will say, when they say tuck your thumb and hold it, they mean tuck your thumb and hold it if you're feeding them. Yep. I think I had a hickey on my thumb for about a week.
Oh, yeah. Especially those wild ones.
Right in there and wouldn't let go. I was like, I'm not a fish. Let me go.
Yeah. They'll definitely give you a little kiss.
And he was like, oh, you're supposed to I said, I did. They pulled it right out.
Yeah, they say if you kiss them in 7 years, good luck. I guess I need to go kiss one again. Been about 7 years since I've done it.
Has it been that?
It's been 4.
18.
5.
Yeah.
Guess I'm going to have to book a cruise at Grand Cayman.
Oh,
Andrew's here. Poor Andrew. I've been very good. All the cruise, all the cruise people have all the good deals out right now. There's so many tempting group cruises, and I've been very good. I just, I need to be good, but man, I want to book a good other cruise.
Yeah. It'd be nice if we could get on some others after this one, get some leave built back up and be able to go on some shorter ones.
Yeah, I think that would be a lot of fun. I mean, I know Andrew just booked a couple on the breeze for their honeymoon, and it's like a 5-day, and I'm like, man, you are gonna have so much fun. I mean, that's a ship we want to try, the breeze.
It's not bad. We've been on it.
You've been on it.
Uh-huh.
It looks like a good ship. I mean, I like the Dream. Like Vista's okay. I mean, I didn't love the Vista, but Breeze looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I can't remember which ships. The only ship that I remember really anything about is the Luminosa. But and that's mainly because all the other ships were pretty good. I mean, not really anything bad to say about them.
I mean, that's us too. Like before we were like, I guess, vloggers. I guess that's what we are now. We didn't really pay attention to that stuff. We just got on the ship, had a good time. Pre-Chloe, we would drink a lot, and I now I find myself looking at more details and stuff. Like I don't really look, but I didn't really look at like what all the decks had and stuff. I just adventured, I wasn't like noting. So I think that is something different.
Yeah, I can tell you they had a theater, they had a place for a comedy club, place to eat.
They had a casino,
a place to get coffee.
And all the essentials.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, that's kind of
as far as details about the ship, man, no. Because we weren't doing this either until we hadn't thought about doing this until after we went on the Luminosa, which was our last one. And
Bill kind of swayed y'all, right? Like, we did, and Bill.
Yeah, it was a combination. That, and you guys were telling me about I guess you guys had seen some of the shark videos and stuff like that, and you were saying how about putting those up, and then some other stuff came up, and I was like, okay, give it a shot.
Right. Well, I mean, I think too, I've got some like videos that I'm editing right now, and I'm kind of back and forth about like, do I post them? I think I'm going to. It's like us at the pumpkin patch and us at these different things. They're not necessarily cruise related, and so I was a little hesitant, but I also kind of struggle with like the reason we started this channel was to document our memories with Chloe. So, I really want to kind of do that. And so I think I've been kind of editing and looking at them and trying to add them. I like looking back and seeing how much she's grown and changed. And I think, like Catherine, she's, 5? I think seeing, one day seeing yours and Lisa's adventures, and maybe that will open her eyes to travel and stuff. Like I just think about things like that. That's how I think of it. Chloe's not your normal 3 or 4-year-old. Most 3 or 4-year-olds are not gold on a cruise line already. Right. You're typical. I mean, I know of some, but your typical 3 or 4-year-old are not gold already on cruise line. But we want her to not be afraid to travel, and do things and see things. And especially in the area we live in, it's so many people are like, why? I go to Houston or San Antonio and that's our vacation. And I'm like, oh, those are cool, but there's a lot more cooler things out there. Budgeting is also a factor, but it's just like there's more to travel than Texas. I mean, as much as I love Texas, don't get me wrong, I love Texas, but there's more out there in this world for sure.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we pretty much learned on our first cruise was, one, how easy it was to get around. And I mean, all your stuff, you can go to an all-inclusive resort and all that stuff, like, which I'm not knocking any of that. Any vacation is better. Any type of vacation is better than a day at work, whether it's a cruise or or just going down to the local hotel. I have a friend, or had a friend, that him and his wife would go downtown and stay at one of the hotels, and that was like a little vacation for them. I mean, to each his own, and whatever you consider vacation is great.
I agree.
Ours was driving back and forth to see our folks, and that first cruise was kind of like, we got to do this more often.
Right.
And I just kind of got hooked.
I don't
Well, your
want
dad
to.
told us that once we did a cruise, we'll never go back to regular vacations again, and so far we haven't.
Yeah, my dad swore by cruising.
Yeah.
He really did. I mean, he I wish I had documented his cruising adventures. Him and my mom. My mom I have a little bit, but I need to get her on a live and just kind of talk about some of her and dad's adventures while we can. She and him. I mean, there's things I think about, and I'm like, I wish he was here to see Chloe. I really wish he was here to see Chloe. Mm-hmm. But then, like, when I think of Grand Cayman, he was one I did the stingrays with, and I think about that, and I think about just different things and how it influenced me as, a traveler and a person. So I look at try to pass those things on to Chloe, right? That's what we do, right? As we share those. I mean, some people share their grandmother's cookies recipe. Well, Chloe, I'm going to share you Grandpa and Grandma's travel. I mean, they have a good cookie recipe too, don't get me wrong, but that's one thing. I feel like when Andrew and I travel, I feel like a different person almost. Like, not that I'm a different person, but like, I don't worry. Like here at the house, I'm constantly thinking about things I've got to do. Even sitting here right now, I'm like, I really need to make sure the trash goes out tonight. I really need to make sure I do this. I mean, Andrew's taking care of Chloe and getting her in bed tonight. But, there's just like different things all day long. And then at work, that list is even longer. It's like just piles and piles and piles, right? And then I work remote. So even more so, I'm like, okay, I'm going to finish this up. And then during my break, I'm going to make sure to switch this around because I got to get things done when Chloe's not here because Tornado Chloe comes through and it's just a whole new ball game. But when I'm on a cruise ship, I can think for myself, like not that probably sounds wrong, but you know what I mean? Like I'm not worried. I mean, our room, we try to keep it up and stuff, and we try to pick up as much as we can, but I'm not looking at my to-do list. I'm looking at maybe the drink list or maybe the excursion to-do list, but I'm not looking at my things I look at every week that I feel like I've got to do. And so I think that's one thing that, like, to me with cruising, that is this such a in vacation in general, but I don't have to drive anywhere either. Like with some vacations, like you're driving and you don't know the area, like, and even now I've gotten to where like driving at night, I'm like not the best. I mean, like I can get through Houston, but do I want to? Absolutely not. It's stressful. And I just, like Disney, that was a lot of walking and stressful. I mean, so like going on a cruise, it's like, do I want to go to the buffet? Don't want to go to brunch.
Don't want to go to casino.
Don't want to go to, I was about to say casino. Yeah. I think that's what's best about it. And chat's been kind of quiet. So do y'all feel the same way? I see that there's 7 of you here in mine. Maybe not.
Yeah, I'm showing 6. No, 5.
5, yeah.
They were like, I'm out. I am gonna time how long it takes my bathing suit to dry. I want to get in there the first day. I'm gonna hop in there with Chloe and I'm gonna hang it up and I'm gonna see. I think it's 3 days.
At least it's gonna be cold and damp for at least 2.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about how cold it might be being in it's December 30th. Okay, so it might be day 2. Day 3. Depending on
I meant the swimsuit would be cold and damp.
I may not want to get out there. If it's real cold, then maybe a no-go.
Is she too young for the hot tub?
Yeah, she is.
It's not the hot tub, it's the getting out of and walking across the deck from the hot tub because you have that sudden temperature change.
Woo, well,
We saw some people on one of them. I mean, it was cold outside. Well, it was in Alaska.
Yeah.
And there were people in the hot tub. I was like, are you kidding me? We're sitting there at the Edward Fjords because they changed where we were going.
fire
And
and ice, baby.
yeah, okay. We're out there in hoodies and jackets. And, of course, we had to have our masks on. I don't know if they had their mask on in the hot tub or not. I didn't look that close, but
I don't remember.
That's
I was just
it.
like,
But they can say I sat in a hot tub and was looking at the ice in Alaska. So I mean,
that's true. That's true. And it was beautiful.
It
yeah.
was. When we went to Crater Lake, we were walking around in shorts amongst the ice and stuff.
Yeah, shorts
I mean,
and
there was still snow everywhere.
windbreakers.
Well,
Kids were throwing snowballs at each other in shorts.
last year when JNS were getting on, I think they were getting on the Dream. It was like we had gotten one of those weird cold fronts that way down south here, and I think the feel like temperature was 6, and I think there was ice. You know how like it gets kind of damp on the Lido deck and stuff. Well, that was like turning into ice. They couldn't do anything.
Wow.
Couldn't go up there. That certain areas closed off last year. I'm like, but we got on like January something last year. And it was like a normal day. I mean, it was a little cool. I think I had Chloe in like a long sleeve shirt, and then I had gotten her a pink vest with little anchors all over it. And she wore that on the ship. It was like one of those like puffer vests.
Yeah.
And she wore that with a long sleeve, like white shirt underneath, and she was fine. So I think
go back to the beginning conversation. On this one, if EECC's on there, who else is going to be on there that we don't know about? Because
I know Tony from Lily Loca is supposed to get on the Jubilee in January, but I don't know when. I mean, I haven't really. I've been watching all the small channels, lately. I haven't watched any of the big guys. I feel bad. Like I haven't been keeping up with them because I've been supporting our friends.
Well, I was excited the other day. I caught Bill and Scott. Yeah, at 5:00. I got off a little early, and I was actually able to catch them. I guess it's 6:00 here, but I was able to catch them, and I was like, "Woo! All right."
Yeah, they were
driving, so I popped in and said, "Hey," and then just listened to it all the way home. But at least I caught it live, But my weird schedule now, I don't know.
Yeah,
he's going to be going to Blue Hole here in a couple of weeks, and I don't even know if I'm going to get to go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she may have to be on live with you instead of me because I'll be in Santa Rosa helping with the scuba class.
Just let me know.
You have to walk me through getting. I don't even know how to get on your computer, so I'll be watching you live by yourself.
I'll be like,
I'll be in the chat.
Yeah, that's the Blue Hole. That's the one where the water is 62 degrees year round.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
And that's the one where I got a quick video on it on my page too. But I went down. It's 81 feet deep, and I kid you not, I was down there at the bottom. I was at 81 feet. Even my dive computer said 81 feet. You could look up at the surface and see the trees hanging over the water. That's how clear it was.
That's cool. That's real cool. Yeah,
it's colder than I'll get out, but
yeah, but that's still. I mean, M said, I think Tony is getting on the Jubilee. That sounds to me. Yeah, he said January in one of his lives, or I don't remember, but I don't know when. That'd be cool. Tony from Lily Loca. But EECC, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. They're really like bucket lists. Like, you have certain vloggers that are like a bucket list to meet. Just, they're one of them. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, we're kind of rounding out 2 hours. I know sometimes we go a little longer, but I know y'all. I've had a long day. Y'all have had a long day.
Yeah. Well, before we go, I wanted to bring up something. I know, remember in the past how we've talked about clothes? That, oh, well, this shirt's this, if you remember telling me saying something, that I had a shirt that was 35 years old. This is it.
Did you say 35?
At least.
Yep. I had it before we started dating. And I mean, it's
Still looks like it did back then.
Yeah,
Color, everything.
that's awesome.
You guys
Is it
go on
the-
pictures, you'll probably see some with him wearing that.
yeah, and we never really paid attention to it until one day she had taken a picture of. Oh no, I had taken a picture of the kids. We had gone to Granger, which is kind of where my dad was from, and I had gone to school there. And I took a picture of the kids standing in front of some glass doors, and you could see my reflection. And she noticed that, and I happened to be wearing the shirt the day that we were looking through the pictures, and she was like, "Hey, isn't that the same shirt that you're wearing right now?" And the kids were, they were little. And it was just like, yeah, it sure is. Well, and then we got to talking about how long I've had the shirt, and it's just like, and we were talking about it this afternoon or today, and she said that I had it before we started dating, and we've been married 33
and a half.
33 and a half. So that's a good 35 years old.
Wow, that's awesome. That's really cool. I can't think of any clothes I have that I've had that long. Maybe a few. I'm not 35. Well, I am 36, but
Well, I have a band shirt. I think I have a band shirt from when I was in high school, and I have my band jacket. It's not a letter jacket, but it's kind of like a letter jacket. But they've been in a closet. I definitely cannot wear them now. He's still wearing it, just like he was.
Yeah, it's not framed. It's got the original buttons, and it's well. The whichever company this is from, it's well made.
yeah, I would definitely say quality.
Yeah, it's pretty thick too.
That's cool. That's cool. I've got some stuff, you buy it and wear it like twice and it's fraying or whatever. And I was like, I was careful with it.
I'm actually have you ordered anything off that Temu?
Not clothes wise. Well, I have for Chloe. Like I've ordered her some like daycare stuff. Like I've ordered her some shirts that says like like I get my looks from my daddy, or like whatever little funny sayings that. I've ordered her some like bluey stuff and stuff like that for like I said, daycare clothes where it was like $6, and if it got ruined, okay. I definitely order different stuff from Temu. I've actually got an order in there right now. It's like about $100 worth that I'm kind of stuff I'm thinking about. I was looking at a lot of the New Year's stuff for the cruise, and then there's just kind of different things. So we're not doing Christmas gifts this year as a family. We're doing the Saran Wrap game. And so we're all going to contribute about like $50 worth of stuff in there. And so I was kind of looking for some like little things to add to that. I'm probably going to do like scratch offs and liquor and other things. And we're all adults. Chloe gets her own little thing. But, for the adult one, I was looking at stuff like that. But I was thinking about like some bottle openers, maybe some little stuff like that from Temu. But it's okay. I've ordered like, there's a Stitch mold I bought. Then I got like the Sonic Jello I was going to do with Chloe. Just stuff like that.
I have a coworker who said that she was going to order some clothes and let me know, and it's been a couple of months, and I haven't thought to ask her about it. I've heard some stuff last, 2 or 3 wears, and then I heard some stuff is, turned out really good. So I haven't ordered anything yet. I downloaded it and then I just kind of went, nope, deleted it. I thought I do not need something else to spend money on. So got rid of it about as quick as I downloaded it. So
Team used to. I mean, this little stuff. I don't buy anything that's worth a dang. I know Bill and Clark got the pineapple shirts that they wore on the booze cruise from Team U.
Pineapple.
A Disney sweatshirt is from 2011.
Wow.
You know, Disney is hit or miss on there. My mom has some Disney stuff. I mean, she's had that for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got some
She has like the original Mickey Mouse ears, doesn't she?
She does actually. My mom has some like
from Annette Funicello.
She's got a 1967 Mickey Mouse. I ordered her. I gave it to her for her 50th birthday. She's got some cool Mickey Mouse stuff. But I know she's got some 2001 Mickey, Disney stuff from when we went in 2001. But then you get some Disney stuff like the Spirit jerseys and stuff, like a couple of washes and like the sparkle's gone, and it's hit or miss. It's hit or miss.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the 100-year ears? They're like $400 and something. They have rhinestones or whatever on them.
Oh yeah, they had those like for the 50th anniversary when we went. They had like $1,000 ears. Like
they can keep them.
I mean, that's your.
I mean, if you can afford it, that's awesome. But
I was gonna say I've got some 100-year ears here. Try not to knock down what this is.
Never been pierced. Been cut on, but never been pierced.
Yeah.
Oh, those are cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told Kelly her selection of ears the other day. I said, although they were very cute, they kind of blended with our curtains and you couldn't really see them. But she was very animated, so you'd see her moving around and it was like the pattern was moving. So I was like, all right.
Yeah.
I was sitting in the room watching her, and man, those arms are just a flailing. I was like, where'd you learn to talk with your hands like that?
So Sherry from Destination Fun was at Disney with her friends, and they were walking through, and she couldn't decide on some ears. Well, she held these up, and I was like, and they're Loungefly. And I was like, okay, I like those. And so I ordered them right there because I love that it's got like Tinkerbell and Chip and Dale, and it's got, they're all in their different little outfits there. So I got those, but I have to hide them in here from Chloe because that little girl, I got the paint ones, and she pulled the paintbrush off. She was wearing them and pulled the paintbrush off the ears, and I was like,
no.
$40 ears. Can you not?
Mm-hmm.
You have the $2 Amazon ones for a reason.
Yeah.
Right.
But anyways, so, and then I ordered the 100-year anniversary Crocs as well because they were cool looking. They're real cool looking. They've got like the genie and just different, different characters from throughout the years on them. They're real cool looking. But anyways, yeah, Sherry was walking through Disney, and I was like, she was showing different things, and I was like, and then they were having a sale like 30 or 40% off Loungefly stuff, and I was like, okay, well, there's $100.
Right.
I had to have it. But Sherry actually sent me as a monetization gift. I need to show them. She sent me 3 pens, and they're the big pens. It's like Belle and just different ones, Toy Story, that she got us from Disney, and she mailed them to me as like a gift. And when I received them, she was headed on a cruise, and then just, it was kind of chaos at that point. And I thanked her, but I haven't like shown them. They're real cool. Again, I have to hide them from Chloe because she'll be like, "Ooh, mommy." I'm like, "What? No. No, ma'am." Again, you get the pens from eBay. Those are Chloe's. I did buy her special ones, like my first Disney trip and stuff ones while we were there, but she doesn't have them because they would be stuck in my wall and wherever.
Or your foot.
Yeah.
Especially when she sees your shoes that have all the little things on top of them. She'd be sticking it in the bottom of them. And I saw Disney has some that were on sale, I guess yesterday. I don't know if it's still, they had their Black Friday sale stuff or not. I was like, oh, Jen would like these.
I do. I've got the Margaritaville Crocs as well with the bottle opener. And it's got like ice cubes and a shot glass and stuff in it. And I love them. But the thing is I guess I cross my feet a lot. I didn't realize it until I kept knocking all my charms off. And Chloe was like chasing me through the house with like my little lime and shot glass and stuff. So, hey, Susanna.
Susanna,
Hi.
how you doing?
How you
Thanks
doing?
for coming in.
Yeah, much love.
Yeah, she been helping promote my channel as well.
Awesome.
There's a couple of people. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. It's awesome. We're so happy you're here. Hope you're having a wonderful day. But yeah, I know I said we wouldn't be online long tonight. Do y'all have anything coming up that you want to let anybody know about? Live wise or video wise?
Are you working on anything?
No. Yeah, I need to start working on a couple of different ones. Because that one from Czech Fest, the stuff I did from Czech Fest, just is not. The GoPro did not film very well. I mean, everything is so far away. It's that it's not worth putting together because you're not going to be able to see anything. So that at least this Czech Fest is not going to have a video. Maybe next year. But there's a couple of, she's got some videos and stuff that she's going to send me, and I'm going to try to put together something.
Yeah, we have our Christmas in the Park has opened up. We were coming through today. I was like, oh, we should go. Then I looked down. It was 34 degrees, and it was kind of drizzly outside. I was like, but not tonight. It's like they put more and more stuff out there every year. It's a drive-through park, and it has 3 parking areas. And they do a horse-drawn wagon. They have some things like I posted on my Facebook page here this time last year. They had a bear that had a little bench you could go and sit on, and then there was a motorcycle. It was decorated up, but it was during the day, so it wasn't lit up. But I was telling him we need to get out there and do some filming out there. And then, I mean, like I said, it went from 67 to 32. So in just a matter of a couple days.
Yeah, because it's like a lot of other places that you may see that have Christmas lights. I mean, the cars line up for
about 1.5 miles, 2 miles.
Just at one park.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Griswold Family Vacay is in Yukon, and they covered it. We saw it last year. It was real cool. They did a live, actually, driving through it last year. It is really cool.
And they have 2 radio stations that you can program in your car, and you can hear the music and stuff through that. So the drive-through is, I don't know. I mean, we're probably good for filming. I was going to say it's really slow to get through it, but you don't want to speed through it either. But I thought we could go out and maybe do some walking and maybe take the dog. But it just, like I said, it went from nice to cold.
There's Uncle Dave.
We were asking about you, Uncle Dave. We were wondering if you were okay and how you were doing.
We're missing you.
We were missing you.
We named the show after you.
We did. We named the show for you. If you have any suggestions for this next week, we have that here. So we have like a little same thing, like different different companies do different sponsor, and they do, like each
Yeah.
section is like, here's so and so dentist, and it's like little sharks with little teeth, and toothbrush lights. It's just cool stuff like that. We have that too, and then you can listen to the radio. We take Chloe every year, and then it kicks off like on a Friday night. You can drive through and look at it, and then on Saturday morning they do breakfast with the Grinch, which I took Chloe to last year, and I had her in a cute little Grinch dress and everything. But
And she was fine.
She is deathly afraid of the Grinch this year. So, yeah, we I don't know if we'll go have breakfast with the Grinch this year. So we have a live with Scott, like a trivia, but Andrew's store is actually going to have the Grinch at the store too. And I was like, oh, missed opportunity. But we'll probably go take her to see him at, I don't know. She might have a panic attack. She's really afraid of the Grinch this year. She's really afraid of him. So I don't want to.
Last year he was nice. This year he's going to take her toys.
Yeah. Last year she didn't realize she was like, oh, okay, fuzzy green guy. Okay, cool. This year she's like, you ain't coming from my Paw Patrol tower. I had to threaten to call the Grinch like 3 times a day. I'm an awful mom. I had to be like, I was like, are you listening? Yeah. I'm like, you are? Yeah. I'm like, does mommy need to call the Grinch? I don't think you are. But yeah, they'll do different things throughout the thing. They'll do like gingerbread cooking, not cooking, decorating contests and stuff like that.
Well, I just thought we got that house that's down the road.
That 2 or 3 miles down.
Yeah, I mean they're just like, they deck out just like the park does. I mean, the guy I came home from work the other day and he was up on his roof putting stuff up. I mean, he put some money into his decorations.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in real good competition with the park. I mean, he's got the lights.
And the lights dance to the music and everything.
We have a house like that here too. It's real cool. They did it for Halloween too.
We may film. I might go down and film his deal.
Make sure we don't show an address.
Yeah. We have one. So I've noticed tonight when I was headed out, like a lot more Christmas decorations than I remember last year. Already at this point. I mean, maybe I didn't pay attention last year like I am this year, but I mean, even on our street, I mean, we already have like 4 or 5 houses with lights on them. Like last year I think we had 1. And there's one as I was coming in like into town, like they have it. I mean, their house is decked out almost like the gingerbread house. How about a discussion on people being rude and inconsiderate for those with scooters or wheelchairs? We can, and we can. I think we've done that with Randy from Scrow's Nest, but we can do that. We'll bring him on. The ship is only so big. Where are you in a hurry to go? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but people, they lose their mind. I mean, I've had that with a stroller with Chloe. Now she's big enough we don't even take the stroller, but when we had the stroller with Chloe, just people knocking us out. I mean, literally, I almost got in a fight on the Vista earlier this year, because this lady was putting her luggage on top of Chloe's stroller. I'm like, hey, there's a kid here. And just thinking about it makes me just want to like fight. Like me and that lady, we were about to go toe to toe. That elevator ride felt forever. And of course,
that's why on debarkation, I'm not in any hurry. I just, we'll go up to Toledo and just sit there and drink coffee. And, we try to book our flights far enough out that we don't have to worry about anything. And we just sit there and just relax and watch everybody wander off. I know we have we do try to get the early tickets or whatever, for our luggage and stuff. But at the same time, it's just like, why hurry? We're on vacation. Why end it?
Right.
And I just don't want to be down there with all the people. And because, these people that are going down there and pushing off do not have, they didn't get the earlier numbers, or they're not priority boarding or debarking. And, it just kind of ruins it when people are get on, like I said, being hateful and stuff like that. And,
Heck yeah. It might be a repeat discussion for some, Uncle Dave, but I'm definitely okay with it. Like,
yeah.
Like I said, I had to like stop and be like, okay, your kid's watching, and you don't want to be kicked off. You don't want to be banned off. It was like debarkation day, so I was like, you don't want to be banned.
You don't want to wind up on YouTube as a Karen.
Yeah.
You want to do what's necessary, but yeah.
I don't know if it's. Lisa, you and I've talked about. I don't know if it's because I work remote now, or I don't know. But
you weren't a big people person before. You were. You could talk to a wall and carry on a conversation, but now it's just kind of like you don't want to be around people, and I get that. We've always been
nice. I feel like I'm a nice person. I'm very. Yeah. I can almost reason with anything, but that circumstance right then. I know she was in the wrong, and like I had to stop because I was like, do you want me to push your kid? Because no, you don't want me. So get your luggage off my kid. Like I was so, and the thing is the fact is like usually Andrew's the one. Usually I'm more the one. It's like, hey, calm down. It's not worth it. Like don't engage. Like I'm usually, that's more me, like it's not worth it. And usually it's me having to tell Andrew not to say something, because Andrew will tell you off. He didn't care. I'm just going to tell you right now, like he's a very, very nice guy, but he's very nice, but he also doesn't mind calling it like he sees it. Just being, he's very, I don't know if it's because he's from up north or what, but he doesn't sugarcoat things like I try to. Like I really, really try to like sugarcoat things. But that day he had to I was mad. Well, I was mad. And the Vesta held the elevator until two people in scooters. Yeah, see, it's just, I don't know. Of course, now those can't,
yeah. And I'm not saying that that's what you were, but that's how it would be portrayed.
Right. Well, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that when it comes to Chloe. Like if I came on here and just was rude to people, but at that time my 3-year-old could not advocate for herself, so
yeah,
I definitely was going to advocate for her.
Well, I'm definitely the one just flip the switch from nice to not really quick. And he hates to go car shopping with me, hates to go to the grocery store with me, hates to go to the mall with me. Hates to go anywhere with me.
No.
You can.
The car lots definitely. The other ones,
you can flip pretty quick. I will say I've seen it. Not to me, but to
not
others.
To you.
Not to me. But
hopefully you don't, because yeah,
I've done something wrong if I have. But I don't know. I'm usually, like I said, I can flip a little bit, but like usually it's Andrew that I'm having to be like, hey, where's it, buddy? Like,
what are you gonna do with two of us that can just like flip a switch and be crazy?
Andrew, I think we've kind of like, I think we're starting, like, I guess there's a point in your relationship where the other one kind of becomes more like, we've kind of like flipped roles a little bit. Like, I don't know, like he can usually, like I said, he's from up north and they don't mind it. To me, it hurts people's feelings, but that's just how they, especially in Boston area, I guess that's just how they are. Maybe that's what Andrew tells me. Maybe he's just making up stuff. I don't know. I don't live up north, but
I don't know.
Like his family, all of them, they're just very direct people. It's not that they're trying to be mean to you. They just tell you how it is. And then they go on. I'm sorry it hurt your feelings, but that's how I felt. And they go on. Me, I like try to sugarcoat it, and I try to sugarcoat it. And I try and then I get frustrated because you're not getting my sugar coats. And then I try to explain it some more times, and then I try to reason with it. And then I finally lose my marbles. But I've tried to tell you like 19 times. And then even after I lose my marbles, I'll feel bad and I'll sit there and think about it and try to rehash it, like how I could have done it differently. That's me. Andrew's like past it, over it. I told you what I thought. Why are you still thinking about it? And I'm like, it'll be like 3 days, but I'm still trying to think about it. Like,
see, I have a bad balance of the both, except I don't look at it and try to figure out how I could have done it differently. I just stew on the fact that it happened and I lost my stuff, because I'm just like, I mean, today we were standing in line at JCPenney's and I'm obviously looking at something. And this lady just comes pushing through. She was going upstream. And I was just like, oh my God, excuse me. And so she kind of walks around the counter, walking. Obviously, you couldn't tell I was standing here looking at it. And I just, and he's just like,
man, I couldn't do that. Even if I felt, I mean, I may feel that way, but I can't like do that. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me. But Andrew, he has no problem doing that. Like, he'd be like, excuse you, do you not have manners? Like, I mean, he like for real. And I'm like,
I don't think I've ever said that, but I am like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be in your way. I didn't hear you say, excuse me. I would have moved. Oh, yeah. I need to stop.
Andrew's also real quick with the middle finger. I have to tell him like all the time, like, got a backseat passenger now. Can you not? He's like,
you do it on this side where she can't see. Not in the
he
middle.
does. Well, he's a lot better now. I mean, having Chloe is probably the best thing for Andrew because he's mellowed out a lot, but he still will tell you how he feels. Like, really, I mean, he's I don't know. He's from Boston.
I'm very excited. I've never gotten him to that point to see it because
I have.
Yeah.
I've gotten him.
Time or two.
Yeah.
And that just comes with the territory. It's been a very long time since I've lost it around here, but probably not even in this house.
No.
That other house though, it was all kind of haunted and stuff. But
we don't really fight much. I mean, if it is, it's usually like an outside force, like outside influence. Like we don't really fight. Like we don't really fight about money or like those. We used to, like when we were younger. Like you grow up together. I mean, we've been together 17 years now, so it's like, I mean, it's like, I mean, like usually for us, it's like it starts because it's like, why can't you shut the cabinet door? Can you tell me why you walk by it 15 times and the freaking cabinet door is open? Like, I love you, but why can't you shut the cabinet door? For the love of God, just shut the cabinet door. That's usually how it starts. And then it's like, I shouldn't have said anything.
It's on how you phrase it. It's on how you, not why didn't you? It's like, are you through with this cabinet door? Quack.
Yeah.
Are you through? Are you through with the cheese?
That's art. It's not even fights anymore at this point. And he's like, well, you obviously walked past it too. Why didn't you shut it? And I'm like,
valid point. Get out of my kitchen.
Yeah.
Nobody asked your opinion.
But we don't really. I mean,
you're not talking back.
Like I said, it's little things like that, but it's not like when we first moved in together and coming from like two different types of families. Oh boy. And we were like, when we moved in together, I think I was 19, maybe 20. We were young, and lessons learned. But I mean, to this day, like we're just like, we're pretty chill. If you get on a cruise ship with us, you'll see we're pretty chill. Like we like the casino, we like drinks. We just don't mess with our kid.
Yeah, then you see Mama Bear come out, and that's justified, I think, yeah. You probably handled the whole luggage thing better than I would have.
Yeah, I'm still, when I think about it, like if I get like I don't think about it often, but like today I just thought about it. I still get kind of fired up. Probably 5 people logged off the chat logo because they're like, "Ooh." But I have noticed our sweet little Chloe has a good mix of mommy and daddy. She kind of tells you like it is with like daddy, but
Well,
she
she got
kind
that
of
red hair.
sociable like mommy.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna be a. I'm scared when she turns a teenager. I really. She's and she's a little like eccentric, a little bit. Like, would you say so, Lisa? Like, a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
That query center. She's.
Yeah. She's gonna be a fun one to watch.
Oh.
She's gonna get to that point where she's going to go through phases. She's not going to listen to anything you say, not going to like anything you say, not going to believe anything you say.
That was today.
Be very obstinate, very argumentative. And I remember my mom could say the sky was blue, and I'm like, no, it's not. It's gray, or, just to pick a fight. And I'll tell you, I'd go back and change any of that if I had another day with her,
Right.
But and then it comes back around. She'll get a little older and she will appreciate everything. She may not say it, but she will appreciate all the adventures and the photos and the videos of her and her Grammy and I forget what she calls Amy, her grandmas, and she'll appreciate that. And then she'll get to the point in life where she will want those pictures and videos, and she'll want her own copies of them. And
that's what I hope. That's the hope. She's just she's a little redhead. I mean, reddish head. She's like I said, she's kind of like Andrew in the fact that she kind of like, well, like today, that lady, she was like, oh my God, like. Like, Chloe, you didn't have to say that.
Like, so you pull the phone up and like,
the lady was just walking by the car. You didn't have to say anything.
Right.
Make sure the windows are up when you do.
Yeah.
That's Andrew. Like, but the fact that she's pretty sociable. Y'all see on the cruise. She's pretty. I mean, those of you in chat, you'll cruise with us one day and you'll see how Chloe is. She's now she does get tired and overwhelmed. Now you do not see those parts in our videos. I'll just disclaimer, she's getting better because she gets a little older, but she did, like, by the end of the cruise, she's overstimulated and it's been a long week. So, if you see me over there, just kind of, Chloe, get off the floor. Chloe has to get off the floor. Just walk on by.
I think she'll be going to the ship's daycare.
But yeah.
But as big as it is, I'm afraid I'm gonna be overstimulated probably by Wednesday.
I'm a little worried about how much walking. I'm probably gonna pack my tennis shoes. My little Crocs would be like, I'm tired. Because too, I always with the Crocs too. I worry about falling on the Lido deck. Nobody wants to see this fall. Not pretty.
Oh, heck, I've been out there in tennis shoes and it'd be wet, and I couldn't tell you how many times I've almost gone down.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll purposely avoid the Lido deck so I don't have to, like, especially in the morning. Like with the dew, I'll purposely avoid the Lido certain areas of Lido decks because I'm just like, I'm in my Crocs and nobody wants to see this on the ground.
That's one of the things that amazes me is I know they've tried different things because this isn't new to them, but you would think they could come up with some sort of a surface that wasn't. They know it's going to be wet. They know it's going to get wet. Come up with a surface that isn't quite as slippery when it gets wet.
I've seen many people
spongy.
Right. I've seen many people go down though. I really have. I mean, for me, I'd be like, they'd be like, look, there's Patrick the starfish. I'll be like, I'm like rolling, trying to get up. Yeah.
Is it maybe that they do have something down, but with so many people walking on it, it just gets worn down?
No, it's like wood.
I mean, I don't know.
That's just how it, even here, Tony, like at my house, everything, you wake up in the morning, everything has like a coat of dew on it or some kind of, like, it's everything here. It's just how it is with the humidity and it doesn't matter what surface it is, it's wet here, moist, and it's just, I hate it.
Could they
Like,
not
you didn't have that in DFW.
Could they not have like a retractable roof?
I mean,
I don't know that would help.
Kind of close it at night and open it, 8 or 9.
Some of the cruise ships have a retractable roof at the back. Uncle Dave.
I know the Luminosa does because they closed it when they got into.
Yeah, I've been on a ship recently
in Seattle.
I've been on a ship recently who had it. Like, maybe Uncle Dave will know which ones. But I've seen the retractable.
I don't know how much that would help because it's not. I mean, the roof may be shut, but it's not like it's airtight. It's not like it. They've still got to have some sort of circulation. And I think it's just that the sea air is just so wet that it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know that closing the roof do any good.
You've got the mist, the sea breeze, and the mist and stuff too. It's not just even the humidity part, but you've got the rest of that to factor too. I think it's just, it's just how it is. You just, just be careful on the Lido deck. Don't fall.
Yeah, I'm always on the opposite side of where I need to be or what I want,
Invariably.
Well, we're right under Guy's Burger. We're right under Shaq's Big Chicken.
You be smelling the chicken.
Yeah, we're two decks down, 3 decks down.
You're on 12, aren't you?
Yeah, we're on deck 12.
So you're 4. Aren't they on 16?
Mm-hmm.
That's where Lido is. So yeah, 4.
Yeah, but they don't have a deck 13.
Yes, they do. It's just called 14.
Right.
Yeah, so 3. Yeah.
Uncle Dave is going on the Valor in 76 days.
I have not been on the Valor yet.
Nice.
I haven't either. I've heard it's nice though. My mom and dad liked it. I think it's got a patriotic theme to it.
Cool.
Is it kind of the same as like the Freedom and Miracle? Is it that same class?
I don't have my Carnival poster in here. I'm not sure what class it is. I would fail that training if you gave me a test on that.
Yeah, they had during the Platinum Party or whatever, they were flashing up different ships, what's the name of this one and what's the name, and people were getting it, and I'm like, boat. And they showed,
it's not a boat, it's a ship. A boat's a submarine.
Whatever. No, a sub is a sub. I don't care what David says. His brother, not Uncle Dave. And they were showing did you see Cookie's stepping away? I sent that to you. He's leaving.
Yeah. Saw it yesterday. Did you see the TikTok going around about what he said at the sail-away party?
Oh,
I'll have to send that to you.
Oh, dude, yes. They were showing all these different cruise directors, and finally they showed Mike, and I was like, I know him. But I'm trying to remember. I don't know if we've had him. Emma really stood out. Jen stood out. She was the one on the Miracle.
Is that the one I didn't like?
Uh-huh.
The Valor and the Glory are the same class, but not sure what class.
Oh.
Uncle Dave. You and Scott McNeil win the awards tonight for sure.
Oh, you want to tell him what Scott said that made your night? Your weekend?
Uncle Dave, you weren't here, but Scott McNeil let us know that EECC is going to be on the cruise with us on the Jubilee. How awesome is that? I'm so excited. I feel like I need to text Clock and Bill and be like, hey, Bill, you may be on the greatest tester cruise of all time.
Yeah, you could text them and say, you just thought it was the greatest cruise because we're half so-and-so cruising with us.
Where's Z? Where's Z?
You say, oh, breaking news. Why y'all haven't arrived yet? We have breaking news tonight.
It's probably been breaking news for a while, and I'm just late to the party. That sounds more right.
I haven't gotten any upgrades lately, so, you know, I guess we missed them. But, yeah, I'm sorry. I wasn't going to change from where we were just down the hall. Yeah. Don't care what color it is as long as it holds on.
See, Uncle Dave also follows EECC. I feel like they, I know they're not the pioneers of cruising vlogs, but they're definitely ones that.
Conquest class.
No, but it was one of your first, so.
Yeah. I'm so excited. I mean, it's like, I'm super excited. Not stalkers, but excited.
Somehow, so I was going to pull up Carnival and it pulled up NCL. Maybe it heard you talking. 50% off all cruises plus free unlimited open bar, airfare, and more. Why are we not booking them?
Yeah.
Plus $250 with cruise first. Whatever that is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's how they got us to. $3,000.
I don't know.
Well, I know of a good Alaska cruise in June of 2015 you could book.
Is that the one I want to be on?
Of when?
You might. 2000. I said 2015. June 2025.
Oh, you know, I just caught that right before you said that. I was like, wait a minute, what? 15? 25.
June 15.
So
25.
2 years from now. Year and a half.
Well, I'd have the leave saved up by then.
And hopefully I'll have full staff by then. Wish I knew a travel agent that I could talk to.
I don't know that he's up. Call him.
I'd be like,
actually, he's not the travel agent.
Breaking news. Can you step out here with us?
Yeah, he's not the travel agent on that cruise.
Nobody's mine.
He is yours. He could get you to the right people. He can get you booked. I can guarantee you that. 2015, Jen, do you have a time machine? Yeah. Yeah. Hot Tub Time Machine. Have y'all seen that movie? It's a good movie. It's a cute movie.
Oh.
Yeah, 2015. I was going back 10 years. I was definitely younger.
Less responsibilities.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely a lot less gray hair. I was looking the other day and I'm like, why did that come in?
But don't pull it. More will come back in its place.
Well, I've always said I didn't care if it turned gray as long as it didn't turn loose, and it did both.
That's happening to me too. Yeah, I don't pluck them, but yeah, I'll be like,
man, we spiral.
Who dropped a silver hair over here? And I'm like, oh wait a minute, that was mine.
Well, the chemotherapy didn't help. That's for sure.
Yeah, you have your own scar on your hand there. I was thinking about it when she was talking about the jellyfish sting.
Oh yeah.
Change the skin texture and
yeah. One of the chemo treatments, I didn't have a port. They'd have to put in a fresh needle or find a vein each time. And I guess one of the times they didn't wait for all the medicine to run out of the tube or something. But when they pulled it out, apparently I got some of that stuff underneath the skin, and it turned the whole back of my hand. It looked like one. I mean, it didn't blister up, but it basically what they told me. I asked one of the doctors one time, "Why is my skin doing that?" And they said, "Oh, well, it looks like that some of the medicine leaked out and it's burnt your skin from the inside." And so, I mean, it looked
Wow.
Kind of leathery looking.
leathery, cracking. I mean, it was pretty nasty. It's not ever gotten back to normal, but it's a heck of a lot better than what it was.
Yeah, that sucks. It like I said, it's weird though, because I feel like I've got like this weird, like when people see my hand, like I'm always so nervous. Like when I go to shake somebody's hand, I usually shake with this hand because I don't want to, because it's right there. I don't want to be like, here's my good girl.
Hello. What is that movie with the guy who had the one little hand?
Oh, that was Scream, wasn't it? Scream or
Scary movie.
Scary Movie?
Because I don't watch Scream. It was Scary Movie like 3. He had my good hand. And he was trying to serve mashed potatoes with it. He was getting them everywhere.
Oh.
See,
Yeah,
it's not because I can't get into it. It's just not doing anything.
They were. What movie were they making fun of?
I don't remember. I just remember that part of the movie. Hey, Bud Files. Welcome back.
Hey, Bud Files.
Hello.
Yeah.
It's glad to see him. I knew we'd still be here.
I haven't watched that movie in a long time. It's not one of my favorites. I just remember that part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really watch movies though. I don't know. I'm boring when it comes to TV. Watch a lot of YouTube, Friends, but that's about it.
We do watch Young and the Restless, so you know. If you didn't see Friday's episode, Victor, Victoria, and Nicholas were all poisoned.
What if Z hasn't seen that and you're gonna ruin it for him? You need to be like spoiler.
Oh, spoiler alert!
You can't just blurt things out about TV. That breaks all the rules. There's rules against that. You can't just announce.
I mean,
plot twists and stuff on a show.
That's all this show has been. Of course, it's their 50-year, and it's all kinds of bringing back old people. And
I mean,
hey, I'm like 3 days behind, so I'm sure he's already seen it. It was Friday's.
Poor Z is probably just like sad, and we'll know if he's in chat.
He's asleep.
I can tell you about Paw Patrol and Bluey.
I could not. I think of Little Miss Chloe every once in a while. We'd be scrolling through the channels and see Coco Melon. And I was like, oh, hey.
I'm so glad we're past that phase.
It seemed like interesting. I mean, everybody was talking about it and how
interesting is a word. Interesting is a word we could use. Yeah. But she would just but I'm telling you, I could put it on and get stuff done because she'd just be like glued to it. And then, but anyways, that's a whole nother deal. But Paw Patrol is a much better show. I found myself sitting there watching Paw Patrol. She was in another room, and I'm sitting there like, oh, what's Liberty doing?
I will never admit that I watched Barney when the kids weren't around. Or I'd put it on and they'd take off. And then I'd sit there and sing the little I love you, you love me, we're a happy family. And
with a knick-knack paddywhack, give a dog a bone.
Every time. I can't remember how it goes because that's the only thing I can remember. And that is not how it goes.
I know, but that's the theme song. We just basically took the same music and changed the words.
Oh, it's both songs.
in Bold and the Beautiful, I was following a chat, and somebody said they're waiting for, what's his face, Finn, one of the characters, to blurt out Liberty
Liberty Bibberty.
Liberty Bibberty, and then they're like, yeah, he needs to grow a mustache, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. So on the newer commercials, I guess the guy with the emu.
Oh yeah.
Spoiler alert. That, you know, he's reading the lines and stuff, and he goes, and he's in the middle of the stage and he's hit by a grand piano. Wait, are you killing me off? And about that time, this guy jumps out, and he started on the Liberty Mutual commercials, and then he went to Bold and the Beautiful, and now he still does these occasionally. So he pops up there and he's like, are you replacing me with this guy? He doesn't even have a mustache. So he takes and slaps the mustache on, and it's like crooked like this and everything. And then goes, oh, look, beep, boop, boop. He's talking about the emu. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. And you're supposed to be a doctor on my other show. And I can only see beep, boop, boop, you know, or Liberty Bibberty. It's fun.
I don't even know what to say to that. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even know what to say.
Too much coffee today. We went to Starbucks. I had too much coffee. Sorry.
I'm like, do what?
Yeah. Peppermint. What did I have? Peppermint mocha frappuccino.
Yeah.
The venti. Yeah, I think it's starting to kick in. I told you I'm going to be counting how many times the fan blade goes around tonight. Last time I had some Starbucks coffee, you know, the little jar that came from Walmart. Every time I would shut my eyes that night, I drank it about like 3. And every time I shut my eyes that night, that I won't say Shania Twain. It's not Shania Twain. It's Tim McGraw's wife, Faith Hill. Her song would come into my head. I'd shut my eyes. It'd start playing. I'd open it up. I'm like, no, stop. And I'm telling myself, I'm laying there trying to go to sleep. Stop thinking about that. Stop. And yeah, I feel that's going to be one tonight.
Why did that happen?
I was mad because I was mad because when we went to Starbucks, I wanted to order a lemon bar and they didn't have any.
They never have any. You made that up. The closest I've found is lime.
Yeah.
Instead, I got a cranberry bliss bar.
Those are good.
I could only eat half of it today. I shared it with him. I only ate half of it. It's still in my purse. It was so rich. I was like, wow, it's been a minute.
Yeah, they're good, but yeah, I've gotten to where I don't even get them really as much, but they're good.
Well, last time I bought one, I carried it around in my purse for 2 days. Then I took it out because it was getting like greasy, the packaging from the cream cheese. And then it sat on my desk for another 3 or 4 days. And I'm just like, probably shouldn't eat this. So I threw it away. I was like, that was an expensive piece of trash.
Yeah, it's like $3.95.
Shh.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like $20 for that and 2 coffees.
Yeah, all day long.
21. Some little girl came out and she had on a was it a Bahamas t-shirt, and I was like, oh, you know, random weirdo here. Just start talking to, well, she probably about 8, and she had a cake pop, and I was like, oh, are those good? My niece buys those for her daughter all the time, and I've never had one. She had like taken about half of it in one bite, and she's like, it's good. And I was like, oh, okay.
So Chloe sees the logo and she calls it cake pop. Like she doesn't say Starbucks. Like if I was to say, hey, you want to go to Starbucks, she'd have no clue what I'm talking about. But if I say like, you want to go to cake pop, she's like, today I ran by there and she's like, cake pop again, mommy? I'm like, again.
I mean, you don't have
if Daddy
to.
asked, we only went once. Okay. Mommy's using her stars, so shh.
From the other purposes.
Right. Mommy needs her afternoon tea.
You're like, it is Saturday night, so
yeah. She was like, cake pop again, mommy? I'm like, Paw Patrol again, Chloe?
I am just you may have watched Barney, but we had a Barney car.
Yeah,
we bought
maybe I want it.
Huh?
Was it a minivan?
No, it was a Dodge Neon, and it was the same exact color as the Barney character.
So we just needed to
Purple.
paint we just needed to paint the hood to match his belly.
I just remember Angela and Kelly like loving that show. I mean, Justin and I were a little bit older, so we missed Barney. We watched it, but it was more them. I think we were kind of into Power Rangers and stuff by that time, but
well, yeah, your dad was trying to get a hold of me, make sure we were okay when we had the Oklahoma City bombing. I didn't know about it for it was 3.5 hours after it happened.
Yeah.
And he finally was able to get through and said, "Hey, are you guys okay?" And I was like, yeah, are you? And so he starts telling me about it. And I was like, all right, girls, we got to turn off Barney because, I mean, that's all they had watched all morning. For whatever reason, when I got up that morning and I woke up around 9:00 and I, just him-hawed around the house and didn't take him to daycare that day. And I had planned to be downtown Oklahoma City that day. And I just, I slept in and then didn't take them to daycare, and they were watching Barney all day. And I was like, all right, okay, we got to change it. Hold on. So
yeah, that was pretty wild. I remember that. Yeah, I was gonna say, like that. I remember that. It's kind of those core things that kind of stick to you, like what was happening that day. Kind of like I feel that way about 9/11 too.
yeah.
But we have bounced topic. We haven't talked about cruising a while. We've gone way.
Yeah, we were talking about
we were gonna let everybody go an hour ago. Do y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then we got like more people woke up and joined us.
Oh, that's right, Uncle Dave. I just say it. Like we went from gray hair to Barney to life.
Well, I mean, it was titled all over the place or something like that tonight, wasn't it?
Yep.
So we're just sticking with the theme of the show.
That is true. Accurately named.
Just to see what we're gonna, how we're gonna spiral tonight.
Tell you,
and that's
it's just it's just wild. I don't know. That's how I am all the time, though. I wish I could say that like this is just Saturday and YouTube, but no. If you're ever on the phone with me for any length of time, you will know this is me.
And you know what's sad is I'm the same way. Some days I feel like I'm one of those who listens to respond instead of listen to hear.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And
we're always sidetracked.
Thank you, Uncle Dave. You're amazing.
Yeah, thank
you. Sidetracked, yeah.
We stay sidetracked, don't we?
As Bill says, I digress. I haven't heard I digress in a while.
I haven't seen Bill in a while. What's it been? 2 weeks? 3 weeks?
Yeah, he's on
cruise. He's been on all these fancy cruises.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he literally has like one every couple of weeks right now.
Wow. I'm ready for retirement so we can do that.
Me too. I've got to wait. I'm ready to win the lottery so I can live that life. I don't know. I wonder if people get like, for instance, like Tony from Lala Loca or like EECC and them, like, do you get tired of being on a cruise ship all the time? Like that's your job? Like, I don't think you do. I mean, they always seem like they're having like the time, like living their best. And I don't think it's YouTube. I think this is like they were literally living their best. And I don't, Monday morning when I log in, am I grateful? Yeah, I'm grateful for a job. Am I going to be there? Yeah. But I don't think I'm living my best. I think I'll be living much better on a cruise ship. Just saying. Oh, just saw the Liberty. See, now when you see it, you're going to think of Lisa and Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just picture that guy being a doctor.
That's funny.
A surfer doctor at that. So Jen's like, wait, what? Bold and Beautiful?
No, I don't. Those types of shows are not my thing. There's too much drama. I can't handle that stuff. I don't like constant cliffhangers and stuff. I'm like the kind of person's like I really just do better with like cliff notes of a movie. Like I'm okay, cool. I'm that way with books too. I don't like that like drama stuff.
Yeah, Don.
Same with Don. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's usually right there with Tony and them. Like just always like I want to. But I signed up for travel agency stuff and then I got busy with work and life and I haven't been as dedicated as I wanted to be. I'm sure my mentor person's like, this chick. Yeah, my bad.
I mean, at least you had a mentor person. It was just kind of like, thanks for your money when I signed. So, of course, I've not taken the time to reach out to them either. So,
yeah, I mean, the poor girl, I was supposed to go to a meeting with her, but then my boss called me in a meeting at the same time. So I was like, well, I guess I'm not taking lunch at this time. So, but it happens. She was like, I'm in this meeting. She like messaged me and I was like, you didn't get my email. Sorry. My bad.
I'm there. Don't you see me?
Yeah.
Tell her, say, I'm sorry, you must need to restart your computer because I'm there.
I wasn't there. I was probably looking for something. Yeah.
Trying to find a file.
Trying to find a file. That's all right. Job security.
Yep.
That's right. Believe you me, that's what I say a lot about mine. There will always be job security.
Job security. Yeah. Grateful for a job.
Yep.
Very.
It pays for my cruises. And other things. I'm good at spending money. I'm not good at a lot of things, but I'm good at spending money.
Yeah. Well, I want to look into to different cruise lines. And I just, we were on the 22 day and I thought, oh my God, what are we going to do? But there was lots of, I mean, we caught several comedy shows and man, some of them were hilarious. And then there were some.
Was that the one where the one comedian was not, I mean, he wasn't even really funny. He was just drunk.
Oh man, yes. I mean, he couldn't finish a sentence and he was swaying and it was not because of the ship. And it was just, and then there were, 4 ladies on the front row and they kept buying him drinks and stuff. And of course he went to the bar with them afterwards. And we were just kind of like, okay. I looked at him and, had we not been on the second row, we probably would have got up and left.
Yeah.
But then there were some educational, I'm just wondering the guy that's the stunt man. We've caught him on 2 of the Journey cruises, and I enjoy listening to him. Yeah. And he talks about all the people he's done stunts for or with, and how many bones and he's broken and teeth and he's knocked out. And I'm just like, that's not a life I would want to live on a regular basis, But and then we had the cooking class. Don't eat wasabi. Not a big glob all at once. And so now I'm thinking, okay, so we made it through. We managed to do 17 out of 22 days. What am I going to do on the 30-day? 31 day. Still need to book our flights out too.
I mean, I don't know. I guess I kind of have a different perspective on that. Like I'm like, man, I like a sea day where I'm not doing anything, honestly.
Well, on the 10-day we did, it was nice. It was relaxing, but after, you've hit your limit in the casino, and then you still have 3 weeks to go, 2 weeks to go, a week to go, it's kind of like, okay, can't really go in there anymore. But we we do the old people thing. We go get our coffee and play the Sudoku, get the little puzzles. We try to get there early enough to get the puzzles and work those in the mornings. And it's just kind of, I keep 2 little pencils in my purse so that we can always work our puzzle. And then I'm like, God, we're so old. We sit there and work our puzzle, and then we pull out some Yahtzee and play that, or play some greedy or something. You're like, all right, what do you want to do now? I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. So
I'm like, there's so many things I feel like I could do. Like, I mean, of course, I have never been on a cruise that long, but
yeah.
I'm like, man, I feel like there's so many. One, I'd be editing videos.
But we weren't into all that.
You will be now.
Now I'll be like, here's a video, bye. Going to the casino while you edit.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm just
No,
saying.
I'm not going to driving crazy. I'm going to go, look, I had a sloth. Look at this. Look, ah! Yeah, I'm going to go hold a sloth.
You'll probably already have all those videos out by April. Because we're going on a cruise in January.
Well, when we leave, we'll have, 2 sea days, then we get to Guam. They still have not posted excursions in Guam, Tokyo, Juneau. No, we've got Juneau. Somewhere in Alaska. There's like 4 ports that they have not posted a single excursion for. And there's probably 6 or 8 excursions that are completely sold out because, I mean, one of them doesn't even have Amora.
Mm-hmm.
One of the Japan ones didn't even have a full page of excursions. And I'm just like, when are you going to post them? We're not that far out.
And isn't that the one that we're staying there from like 6A to 10P?
No, I think that's Tokyo, but they don't have any excursions there.
Oh.
They've not posted a thing. So I don't know what I'm going to do because, I'm chicken and only do carnival excursions. So
I don't know. I feel like it was that way when we were booked for the Alaska cruise. I mean, sorry, Hawaii cruise. They were kind of slow with the excursions on it, but
so much to do in Hawaii.
No. So when you start researching, go make your own plans. Y'all are platinum. You know the cruise rules. You'll be fine.
Will you stop?
Looks like she can't get comfy.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to book some dives and stuff, and I'm just like, we reached out. We have some friends that live outside of Tokyo, and I was like, hey, if you're in the area, love to meet up.
They haven't bothered to respond, so.
Yeah, they have not responded, so.
Not bothered, but haven't responded.
That's all right. That's
Yeah.
all right.
We'll figure out something. I mean, never been there. I've looked at some stuff. We did find out that, what was it? Most places don't take credit cards.
Yeah.
And you have to have yen. They won't take like.
I think that's Okinawa as far, but Japan may be a little different because they're more of a tourist attraction than Okinawa is.
That makes sense. I mean, that'll be interesting when y'all get back to kind of hear about like those types of learning curves like you did in the Australia one. I think, being in the Caribbean, right? We go to those ports so frequently. I think when you go on some of these journey cruises that are longer, I think it's definitely, the experience is definitely different and exciting to learn about for sure.
Yeah. Need to check with Roger, see if he has any contacts in Japan. I know he does all over the Caribbean. He has people that, they'll do private tours and stuff. And he was talking about somebody, I don't remember where it was now. Maybe it was Honduras because we had something booked there, that he posted the guy's name and everything on the page. It was like Carnival Cruisers page or whatever it was, in the Jubilee page. But he said, oh, I always call this guy. He said, I trust him with my wife and kids when I'm not there. And I thought, that's that's saying something, you have somebody that you trust your kids with,
That is definitely a high regard for sure. I'm hoping when we were at the Daniel Johnson's sloth, I hope we have his brother as a tour guide again. He was so awesome. So when we went, we had Daniel Johnson's brother. I can't remember his name. It's in our vlog, but he just kind of gave us a little extra. You know what I mean? Like he was just so good with Chloe. I mean, just little extra, like with letting her feed the spider monkeys and taking her. She got her own private monkey tour because she was so much littler than everybody else.
Yeah.
They were just extra, with the sloth too. So I hope we get him. Not that I don't think any of them are going to, I think they're all great, but he was just so great to us. It'd be interesting to see who we get, but he definitely took Chloe and did like little extra things, and I like that experience. So I think it makes a difference for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. Our bus tour guy was fine. None of us wanted to get off. There's like at the end, there's like so they take us to, you drive and you go to this Daniel Johnson's, the sloth place, and then you leave there and you go to the iguana farm. That place it's intense. I've never seen so many iguanas in my life. And then after that, they kind of take you to this like marketplace. You go back past the ship area, and you go to the other way, and they try to take you to this like straw market type place, but none of us wanted to get off there. None of us. Chloe was actually asleep on me, so I was like, I'm not getting off. But the bus, but none of us got. So we had to fill out these waivers of why we didn't want to get off at the straw market and do that. But I mean, it looked fine. It was just I wasn't getting off because Chloe was already. I mean, she was like passed out. The sloth monkeys and then the iguanas and stuff just tired her. I mean, she was exhausted, so she just passed out on the bus ride. So that but it was really interesting. I think Lisa, you'll really enjoy that.
Well, I mean, the monkeys has probably been my favorite out of everywhere we've been so far. And I mean, I really enjoyed the stingrays with you guys, but man, I mean, if I go to the zoo, it's like monkeys. I don't care about anything else in the zoo. I could stand there and watch the monkeys all day or the apes. And so, yeah, I'm so excited to do it again.
Yeah, the monkeys are really cool. They're a little unpredictable, which kind of, had me on guard. I will not use my coconut conditioner this time because apparently that does something to the monkeys, and they were like picking me for fleas. It was weird. They were like, I mean, not really like picking me for fleas, but they were all in my hair. And the guide asked me, he's like, do you use like coconut conditioner or anything? I'm like, I do. He was like, yeah, you kind of triggered them. I was like, oh, nice to know.
Yeah, you can use the ship shampoo the night before.
I will not be anything. I'm going to bring something. I will not be using the ship shampoo in this hair. I will.
Late night right before you
brush through it.
Get up, pin it up just like you have it now.
Yeah.
And then back in there when you get back and use like real stuff.
I mean, here I was trying to like be cute for our videos and our pictures, right? And then I've got monkey hair. Not attractive.
Well, you've seen, I had my profile picture for a while. I had a monkey on top of my head because they sprinkled stuff. They put on top of your head, and the monkeys would jump down out of the tree onto your shoulder and then climb up on your head and literally sit on your head and be eating whatever they put it on your shoulder or whatever so that it would attract. And it was so cool.
It is cool. Except for I had a clip too. I had a little clippy, and yeah, they try to take that. So
yeah, they tend not to wear sunglasses or jewelry of any kind.
I thought about all that. I didn't think about the hair clip at all. And like I said, they were like so distracted. Like I had to get out And then that's when he was like, they've kind of gotten all riled up. So he took Chloe into a different one with 2 calmer monkeys. But the sloth is also kind of weird too. Like their claws are kind of they're not. It's a different feeling.
Yeah, I am a little worried about those because they look like they're about this long.
They are about that long. They are, but they're not. They don't like. They're not hurting you. It's just a
Well, they
different.
can't move fast enough to hurt.
No,
It's just like,
it's just a different feeling.
yeah.
Well, mine was like it was trying to like it was like a baby kind of claw. You know, it was like holding a baby with these claws, and it was like trying to like turn its head, and I was like, "What are you doing?" It was a good experience. It was an experience, but it was a good experience.
You thought he
The
was on a
iguana,
coconut tree.
the iguana farm, though. I mean, those things were like in the trees above. I mean, I'd never seen so many iguanas. Like, I mean, I had a pet one as a kid, and it was not, it was an iguana.
Well, driving through St. Martin, I mean, they are everywhere.
That's how this
They're in
is.
the trees, on the fence,
They're
never
huge.
saw any on the road, but
Huge. I was like, I didn't know they got. I mean, I always looked at the little ones you see, at the pet store, and then I had one that like to whip its tail at us, and it would climb up the curtains and stuff. But I mean, it was never like. I mean, it lived its life, but it never. I mean, these are like dinosaurs.
mm-hmm.
They're huge.
Well, I know there were some that were as long as my arm, and you're just
Oh
like,
no!
wow.
Just wait. Just wait. They're big. I had to
I
tell
know
Chloe, like, don't
I will
touch
say
it.
we didn't get close enough to them to, touch or do anything like that. But
Oh, just
we
wait.
did
Yeah.
walk past some. There was 2 of them on a rock formation as we got off a little boat that we had been on, and going back to the van. But
They
yeah,
give
we
you
didn't.
like banana leaves,
Mhm.
and like they come chasing after you. Like it's like a. I mean, and they're big. I mean, it's like big guys coming. I mean, they were coming all. Chloe had this like banana leaf, and they were just coming down from the trees. They were. I mean, there was like 6 or 7 of them just right there, and I mean, they were about as big as Dory, or bigger.
Wow.
They're big.
She's like, what?
Yeah.
She heard her name. She's looking up like, what?
No, yeah, it's an experience for sure.
She is getting heavy.
Yeah,
Finally got comfortable.
Yeah.
well, it's almost 12:15 here, so I figure we'll cut it.
Okay.
You want to do a show again next Saturday? Hopefully Bill and Clock are back. Maybe they can join us.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. I want to give them a chance. I want to be respectful and give them a chance to talk about their trip on their lives and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to steal that thunder at all, but I would love for them to come up and chat.
I'll try to get Lisa, figure out how get her to get to where she can come online. That way, if one way or another, we may be able to do it Saturday. That I got an itch.
Yeah, because you won't really have time to do anything.
I'm gonna be beat.
Yeah, because when you get out of the water Saturday night, you won't do anything. Probably won't even eat dinner if I know you.
Yeah, we got.
I just don't know. I mean, I don't know what my schedule is going to be. Right now, I'm off next Saturday, but
Because that on the 9th we're doing 3 dives, and that's gonna be. I'll be beat.
You said the 9th?
Huh? On the 9th, yeah.
Well, I'm talking about the 2nd.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was saying that. Yeah, that we probably ought to do it next week, and that'll give me a chance for her to learn how to log in and do everything.
yeah.
That way, if I'm gone on the 9th, because she can do it.
All right. Yeah. And if anything, too, like we've got some holiday stuff coming up, too, we're going to want to do on the weekend. So I may not be as active this month, but I'm planning on next weekend for sure.
Well, hopefully we can get your hours and stuff in the next 2 weeks. And
I hope so. I need to be live more. I meant to go live last night, and like I said, it was just Andrew had a day. Chloe had. I mean, she'd run me tired. I'm like, I could have, and plus I was going to be by myself. So I feel like I need to bring some energy, especially when I'm by myself. So I didn't feel like I could give that to everybody last night and be entertaining and not repetitive and stuff. So I'm already repetitive enough as is. But this week I'll try to do lunch. I did lunchtime lives with Sherry and stuff last week, and that was a lot of fun. And I might try to do that a couple times this week. And then trivia with Scott is back on Thursday. I might.
Are you down there with Andrew?
Believe it's me. Is it the 30th? It's me.
Mm-hmm.
I think Andrew was. I don't know. It might be. I don't know which one it is. It'd be one of us. It'll be one of us. I said me, but now that I think about it, it might be Andrew. Andrew and Scott usually do pretty good together, so it might be. I don't know. We'll see I'll see what Andrew's schedule is. He hasn't been live in a while.
Well, I'll try to catch it. Yeah,
it's been mostly me, so I try to give Andrew a break. But all right, guys. Well, I'm gonna let y'all go. Have an awesome night. Thank you so much, everybody. We love you.
Thanks for coming in, everybody.
Thank you for coming in.
Be safe, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.